And if you could indicate to the public how to participate in this meeting?
Yes, how to participate in this meeting. For written comment, members of the public may submit comments to engineering-admin@monterey.org until 1/2 hour before the start of the meeting. These messages are not read aloud during the meeting, but are made available to the and the public at monterey.org/submitted-comments. All comments received become part of the record. In person, attend here in the chamber. Wearing a mask is recommended. Okay, remote via Zoom Gov. Join on a computer or smartphone, https://monterey-org.zoomgov.com. It's on the agenda. Or by telephone, dial 833-568-8864, toll free. You can enter webinar ID 161-313-7270, followed by the pound sign. If prompted to enter a participant ID, press pound. To raise your hand, dial *9. Once called upon, dial *6 to unmute. And if you need any assistance using or updating Zoom, the Zoom instructions are available on the agenda. There's a link. The meeting is also live streamed via YouTube at the youtube.com/City of Monterey with a 10-second delay, and on Comcast channel 25 up to a 90-second delay. And I'm gonna
Hello? Can't hear you.
We lost sound.
You can't hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. So that's how you participate in the meeting, and now we are ready to go to
Roll call, please.
roll call.
Aguajita Oaks,
Present.
Alta Mesa,
Here.
Casanova Oak Knoll,
Present.
Deer Flats.
Here.
Del Monte Beach,
Here.
Del Monte Grove, Laguna Grande,
Here.
Downtown,
Here.
Fisherman's Flats,
Here.
Glenwood,
Here.
Monterey Vista,
Here.
New Monterey,
Here.
Oak Grove,
Yeah.
Old Town,
Here.
Skyline,
Good evening.
and Via Del Monte.
Here.
It looks like we have a quorum. Also note, I believe the alternate for Old Town is here as well. Bella, do you have a question? You're muted.
Bella, you're still muted.
You're still muted.
Here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right, we have a quorum. So first item on the agenda is general public comments. This is time set aside for anyone to address the NCIP and anything within our jurisdiction, but is not on tonight's agenda. So if you're wanting to speak about any of the projects before we vote on them, this is not the time to do it. We will be opening public comment right before voting. So this is for anything that is not on the agenda. So if you wish to speak, please raise your hand online, or you could be approaching the podium in the conference council chambers. Now I've got 3 people with hands raised online, 2 of which have had their hand, well, okay, 1 of which had their hands raised when they first connected. So we'll start with the online first. It's a telephone number ending in 452. You can please unmute them.
Good evening. This is Kayla Fossum from Villa Del Monte. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, good. Okay, I just wanted to express my great concern and frankly outrage at the thinly veiled hostile takeover attempt by our city manager to raid NCIP funds beyond what they are already used for capital improvements citywide. I think it's outrageous. This is a constitutional right under our charter for the citizens of Monterey. And as you know, at the council meeting a couple nights ago, there was a proposed amendment to the charter, which is just really a slippery slope to taking over NCIP in toto by the city. The whole reason I got involved in our city government, was through NCIP. It used to be called NIP, as you know. I was really enthralled with the democratic process. It led me to put my name in as secretary treasurer of my neighborhood association and then as president for 8 years. And it breaks my heart that this democratic process is under threat like this. While I'm sympathetic and I understand city budget shortfalls, this is not the way to make up that shortfall. And I honestly, I'll just go out on a limb and say this. I think there should be a consideration for a vote of no confidence against our city manager. And lastly, I do want to thank all of the NCIP members for all of your dedication and volunteer hours. You guys work really hard. I really admire you. And I do admire the city staff. I know they're just working under the direction of the manager. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It'd be Tammy Jennings. We can unmute Tammy.
Thank you. I also second what Kayla just said, but I wanted to say thank you to the city parks, Reginald, whoever did the work themselves that extended the beach mat out to almost the water's edge, which is wonderful. I know we're hopefully going to get another one in there, but the fact that this one is at least the way it's supposed to be, I really appreciate it. And thank you all, as Kayla said, for your diligent and wonderful work that you do, the time that you put in. I mean, I can't imagine our city not having this gosh, I can't talk tonight. The NCIP is wonderful. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Ms. Jennings. Are there people in the council chambers ready for public comment?
We have one.
You have them come forward and
Good evening. My name is Tom Reeves. And first, I want to thank the NIP committee for their bravery of standing up for the NCIP the other night. That took a lot of courage because I know you work at the pleasure of the mayor and the city council. And I've heard a lot of issues maybe with memberships being, shall I say, threatened. So I really do appreciate your bravery in doing that. And I'd also like to thank the staff. I've been working with Andrea over the last days. She and I were trading emails back and forth, trying to work in the spirit of compromise and come up with a project description that could work for the neighborhood as well as the city. I mean, no matter how furious the debate is, no matter what the war is, you know, whether it's in the Middle East or whatever, you know, at some point people have got to compromise and there's got to be peace. So I'm always a fan for trying to negotiate something. Whether or not you'll like it, I hope you will. And so anyhow, I ask you to keep an open mind to it. Shinyuri, I won't steal her thunder. I'm sure she'll explain it to you. And lastly, I'd like to say that I heard the city council say that they would be setting up a meeting with the NIP committee and the city council. That's great. That's a good step forward. I would suggest it be a workshop though. And the reason I say that is because rather than have these 3-minute stipulations and, you know, you're like you've drank 3 Red Bulls and you got to get up here and try to read as fast as you can. it's better to have a reasonable adult dialogue where you can maybe have a little bit of back and forth. I understand they have to, they have to end the conversation at some point. But I think a workshop would be a much better format for it than a study session because it's the same restriction on the public. You can't speak more than, whatever the mayor should decide the allotted time is. So anyhow, thank you very much and have a wonderful voting night.
Thank you, Mr. Reeves. Do we have anyone else in the council chambers?
We have one more individual.
Okay, they can come forward, please.
NCIP members, my name is Mike Brassfield. I sat on this committee for a number of years. And I just wanted to say I appreciate having gone through this process. I really appreciate your efforts, your time, your dedication to the citizens of Monterey. And I support the process as it is, not the way some people want it to be, but the way it is now, that it's a committee by the people for their neighbors. We're not here for the city of Monterey as a whole. The whole idea of this referendum originally was the neighborhoods have an impact on their own area because the tourists take over the rest of the city. So we need people at your level making those decisions of what is good for our people. And I agree with what Tom Reeves has said, who, by the way, is our former coordinator for NIP. So he understands the process as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else?
No, I don't see anyone else.
Okay, in which case I'll close the general public comments. And we'll move on to approval of minutes for the May 9th meeting. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the minutes or issues with the minutes?
No hands raised.
And no one online, I'll entertain a motion.
Make the motion, we approve the minutes as they are.
I'll second the motion.
Been moved and seconded, roll call, please.
Aguajita Oaks.
Aye.
Alta Mesa,
Aye.
Casanova Oak Knoll,
Aye.
Deer Flats,
Aye.
Del Monte Beach,
Aye.
Del Monte Grove, Laguna Grande,
Aye.
Downtown,
Aye.
Fisherman's Flats.
Aye.
Glenwood,
Aye.
Monterey Vista.
I'll abstain. I missed the meeting, but I did watch it fully.
Thank you. New Monterey,
Aye.
Oak Grove. Old Town,
Aye.
Skyline,
Aye.
Via Del Monte.
Aye.
Motion carried. The minutes are adopted. Next item is informational reports and staff comments.
Yes, and I do have a brief informational report. So since our last meeting, we've had revisions or changes on 4 of the proposed projects. I'll start with the undergrounding utilities. There were 2. There was a city submitted MN04, and the city has withdrawn that proposal. And then there's the neighborhood project MN06. That was also combined with MN07, and that is the sole project going forward. And then, or for utility undergrounding,
So what's the number of the one that's going forward?
MN06.
06, okay,
MN04 has been withdrawn.
okay.
And then there are 2 hilltop projects. I'll start with NM08, which is the city proposal. The city is proposing to add seismic assessment. And then the New Monterey Neighborhood Association submitted a revised NM12 with a revised scope, which I handed out to the committee members in chamber, but I'll read it real quick here. It's 1 paragraph. It says scope consists of seismic analysis, plans and construction of potential critical elements, new roofing with gutters and downspouts to include any roof structural work, new sewer lateral repairs / replacement, termite treatment, and any critical failure items identified in the current facility assessment as urgent. The intent will be to perform the seismic analysis early on in order to determine if strengthening is needed, and if so, to reduce or eliminate waste by having to remove improvements achieved by this project, such as the roof in the near term or future, with the revised request of $1 million. So those are the updates that we have on projects since the last meeting on May 9th. And that concludes my update.
So we're still keeping both projects, but the scope has changed on 12.
We are keeping both projects. The scope has changed slightly on 8. And yes, New Monterey
Okay.
8, we added, cities added seismic assessment with a continued request of $2 million. And New Monterey 12, they've revised, the New Monterey Neighborhood Association has revised their project description and increased their request to $1 million.
Okay, great, thank you. Please. Those are the only things in your report?
Yeah, that's all. That's the only updates we have for tonight. Yes.
Okay. Any other informational reports or comments?
No, none.
Okay, then we'll go to the NCIP spokesperson report. Last meeting, you asked me to meet with the city attorney. I did that. I reported on that last meeting regarding the on-hold projects. Since then, I've had a meeting with the city manager to specifically discuss the 3 on-hold projects and to hear the reasonings behind it and so forth. And I'll go through each of them because I think it's relevant to how you may or may not vote on things tonight on some of those things as well, and just to understand the reasoning behind it. On pickleball, apparently the lease on the downtown tennis center is up in December, and there's some movement to potentially have that entire center become a pickleball facility with minimal tennis. If that were to happen, whether or not we would still need Ryan Ranch would become in question, and that was the reasoning behind them wanting to put that project on hold. My comment on all these was it would have been helpful for that information to be provided to us directly so that we would understand why they were not being moving forward immediately, those projects. The second one is the restroom study. The scope of what came back from the 2 companies that were going to do that study were radically different than what NCIP had in mind. And I'd rather not go into what those differences are at this point, but it was very, very different. We would not have been real happy with it. So the question became of, we can't go forward with that. So it's still in limbo of looking at what can we do. And I believe staff will actually be moving forward with studying the need, locations, and so forth. So they'll be doing in-house the study. But we will not have it, obviously, for tonight for the restrooms that are on the agenda. The third one, which was the underpass, is a classic case of things getting changed at council and having counter differences to them. So they did take out the mural when they voted on it, but they didn't necessarily take it out of the overall future potential scope. And they wanted to have Caltrans sign off on the entire project, including that as a potential. But they didn't want that in it. So the question is trying to get Caltrans will only sign off if everything is included. So it's in a classic catch-22. And I suggested to the city manager that he get clarification from the city council on what exactly that project scope was that they ended up approving. So we can see how to move forward or not move forward with the original project and any potential other projects. There's also changes that have happened on site there, fencing and other things. So it is literally in a scenario where a ton of work would have to be go one way and then potentially go all over again, going to Caltrans on it, and it's a royal mess at the moment. That's why it's not moving forward. So my comment was, yeah, it's helpful to keep us in the loop of things, not just arbitrarily do things and or just tell council about them. We can be an advocate for them on some of these things potentially if it's brought up and discussed. So that's the limits of my spokesperson report. If anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer the questions. And I see a hand up online of 452. I'm not sure if this is a question about my staff report from a member of the public or what it is. You want to unmute 452? You go ahead.
Hi, this is Sarah Fossum again. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hi, Rick. Thanks for that explanation on the proposal. I first proposed like 8 years ago for the Casa Verde Underpass project, VDM number 1 now, I believe it is. And if you look back at City Council minutes when they took out the art component and they approved $500,000 for the hardscaping, is my understanding. And you can confirm that with the minutes and maybe confirm that with them directly. And that was approved and funded. And now I see that the city is recommending withdrawing that approval. City staff is. Even the component that was approved, which is the hardscaping. So again, this is gross overreach by the city to do this. Of course, they pulled back the project during COVID. Everybody understood that. I understood that. They originally told us we wouldn't have to reapply. Then we did have to reapply. I reapplied. They reapproved it at an increased cost because everything went up since COVID. And now they're trying to pull back even the hardscaping. This is a portal to our fairgrounds. This is a portal for tourists who come to the Jazz Festival, who come to the county fair, the Artichoke Festival, the Cali Roots, on and on and on. This is not just about our neighborhood. It is a community improvement project. It's an eyesore. And as you know, our side of town doesn't always get the attention it needs for the tourist dollars. I just don't understand why they would withdraw this or recommend that you withdraw it. And
it will ultimately have to be withdrawn at city council level. We could recommend it, but any motion to withdraw it would have to be the city council defunding. And I do not know of it being on the agenda yet to do that. So if it should be, I'll make sure you're aware of it.
Okay. Well, I just saw in the agenda report that staff made recommendations about projects they support, projects they want withdrawn, and mine was on there.
Well, that's related to the one in the current cycle for the artwork.
No, they also want to withdraw the previously approved $500,000 for the hardscaping.
They will have to go to council ultimately to do that. So it will be public hearing. So we can make sure we let them know.
Okay, thank you very much for that explanation.
No
Have
problem.
a good night voting. Bye.
Thank you. Okay, unless anyone in the council chambers has any questions for me on my report?
It looks like there are 2 people.
Okay, pick one of them.
The first one's at the podium.
Oh, okay, in the council chambers itself, okay.
Good
Yes.
evening. My name is Steve Hanley, and I'm a recent resident, now citizen of Monterey. And I'm here because I live at number 1 La Playa Street, which is in the homeowners association just on the beach side of the trail. I actually looked down on what I think, I'm not sure, may be a site for public toilets and a lavatory. And I have a question, a couple of questions. One is, I don't fully understand what, the project entails and where exactly it should go. I'd
Okay.
also point out that I'm not against it. But I would like an explanation of why it's been taken off the agenda, because I know there's a number of people here today that were expecting to be able to address it. And I have first of all, I'd like to be filled in on that information. Secondly, I see that the budget calls for $1 million for this public toilet. And there's a piece of property that's owned privately right on the corner of Park and Del Monte that already has toilets. In fact, it has a parking facility and a 1,200 square foot warehouse, and it's currently up for lease at, I believe, $3,500 a month. So I'm wondering why, if there's an existing parcel with toilets already installed, the need for a new one, when that might be something that could be either purchased or lease optioned even by the city, and it can turn into an income potential site for parking, relieving areas of the neighborhood that are being inundated by tourists, who I welcome, frankly, because they're the economic engine of the area. So those are my 2 points. One is, what's it all about and why was it taken off the agenda? And 2, has there been any discussions as to, by the way, I'm a real estate broker. That's why I think this way, okay? For 50 plus years. Why hasn't there been maybe an approach of a win-win situation with the owner of that property, the city, and the neighborhood association?
Okay, a couple things. First, this was actually time for questions on my spokesperson report, however. So it was not the time for this, but Reggie, I don't believe that item is taken off of the voting night.
Oh, I thought I heard that.
I thought there was I think there's some confusion on this item. So I believe that, sorry, I don't know your name. Steve, I think Steve is referring to, there was a restroom in the park area off of El Estero. And we've received comments there's currently, as I understand, there's no restroom for the Park Avenue area or that Roto-Rooter building that you're talking about.
You mean that building does not have a toilet?
Oh, I don't know if it does or does not, but we don't have a project to put one in that location.
I understand that, but why couldn't an existing toilet facility be added to that project by staff? That's a pretty simple question, I think.
There is no project at that location. I'm sorry. Maybe I don't understand.
Well, then I don't understand it either, because I was brought to my attention that location at the corner of Park and Del Monte.
There's a proposal for a potential restroom in Window on the Bay Park somewhere, but not a specific location yet.
Well, and not that location.
Yeah.
Where it's proposed was closer to like the existing, like there's a parking lot. It's my understanding that it's all near that kayak facility. It's not near the
It's not at the end of the park.
not at the end. It's not near Park.
Well, then I would venture to say perhaps that needs to be considered. Thank you.
Well, it can't be tonight, but a project for the next year's cycle could be put in, and you're perfectly, there are forms and stuff where you could submit a project for that, yes.
I need to clarify, Reggie, that proposal was near the volleyball courts.
Right. Okay, you said there was another person wanting to speak in the council chambers?
Correct. Yes, there's one more person.
Is it related to my
Yes.
spokesperson report? Okay, then please go ahead.
My name is Barbara Lang, and it's about the pickleball.
Okay,
You mentioned, so definitely your topic. I guess I might have missed the last part you said. I was curious about whether this center would be free. Because that's the whole point of doing the Ryan Ranch, was that it would be a free pickleball place to play, because we have a lot of private for pay places. So the lease is up in December, you said. So does that mean that they would transfer those tennis courts into pickleball courts and then they would be free to the public? Is that your understanding?
There's no guarantee anything the city would build, including out at Ryan Ranch, would be free. That's ultimately the call of Parks and Rec and the council. We don't make a call on that, so I don't know. That would be, you'd have to be asking city council to have it be free. But, and that includes Ryan Ranch pickleball courts.
So I guess I just don't want the group here to discard the Ryan Ranch one because, you know, the Monterey one, I guess.
Well, basically tonight we have 200,000 towards construction of Ryan Ranch on the agenda. We also have money to go to redoing the ones downtown to be pickleball. Those are still projects for people to be doing. The design is funded for Ryan Ranch. So when it will get done is the only question.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, but as for free or not, that's ultimately the council decision on any recreation facilities, what the charges would be, if any.
So is that a future meeting that we would talk to them about the?
At some point, yes, once you had them and things, and literally that could change in any given year either when they, you know, they set the fees periodically for all different things.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to voting process. And
Excuse me, Rick, there's one more person, a late attendant.
okay, and it is regarding my spokesperson report, which we don't normally have public comments on spokesperson reports, but I'm trying to bend over backwards to be soliciting public comments. So
Thanks, Rick. This is Michael Lang. So just a quick one. I just wanted to point out, I've heard this possibility before about doing some pickleball at the tennis center. To me, the main difference between doing something at Ryan Ranch and doing something at the tennis center is that the tennis center is a much larger facility, right? It's got, I think, 5 or 6 tennis courts, right? That's roughly 3 times the size of what we're proposing at Ryan Ranch. It also has restrooms, it has lights, it has PG&E bills, it has sewer bills, it has water bills, right? So it's hard, and I understand that we can't say whether or not these would be free or not, but with a facility like that, it's hard to imagine that it could be run for free. Ryan Ranch, we're looking for a slab of concrete, some fences, and some nets. There's no bathrooms, there's no electricity, there's nothing else. It's intended to be a simple, basically a slab of concrete that's the size of about 2 tennis courts, the same size that's out at Via Paraiso right now. So it's something you would find in a typical public park. It's not a large facility, it's not a complex, it's simple. So the hope is that something like that can be run for free, just the way Via Paraiso is run for free.
okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Let's move on to voting process.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, which actually would have been a perfect comment under the public comments of the voting process section, but that's fine. We so on the voting process, you want to go through for the public how this is going to work? Or do you want me to do that, which I'd be happy to do?
Oh, you go ahead, Rick.
Okay. Basically, the way this is going to go tonight is staff will give an introduction. We will then be going out to I'll make sure I'm not missing a thing on what you put in here. We'll be going out to the general public for comments related to all of the projects that are being voted on. So if you have anything to say that you like, don't like, or anything else, there'll be a time to do that. Once that public hearing is closed, it will then be coming back to the commission. First thing we'll be doing is looking at the projects where there are conflicts of interest. And those projects will be dealt with first. And as we deal with each one, the rep who has the conflict is not able to participate in any questions or comments on that related to it, and then vote. So before we vote on that, Anyone in the commission will be able to make any comments. Then we'll vote. We'll go through the conflict projects. At that point, we will then have commissioners make comments related to all of the rest of the projects or none of them. There'll be the one time for the commission to say, you like this one, you don't like these, or anything of that nature. We'll all have an opportunity to do that. Then we start voting and we will go through each project one after the other, holding up our numbers until we're finished. Then staff will determine where we are and ideally put them in order and tell us where the cutoff will be. And we will then vote. That will be what will be submitted to city council. I think I covered it, right, Reggie?
I just would propose a couple of changes. So one was that we were going to do a official tally after the meeting. We can give you
Okay.
and then we have the August 8th meeting where we'll meet as a committee before it goes to city council. So you'll
Perfect.
have the final list of projects on August 8th. And then I would also, we were talking in the office, since there's so many, there's roughly 80 projects to vote on, that we would take a 5-minute break at 40, just so people could stretch their legs.
Okay, Reggie, if you need a break after 40, we will do a break after 40.
All right.
But no lobbying during that break is allowed, actually, because we're supposed to go straight through without.
Well, we can check in at 40 if the
Okay.
people wants to continue, we'll continue on.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten last year, we actually did the official tally and the thing, the meeting afterwards. That was.
Are we gonna look at the Opportunity Buying Fund and putting money into that?
That is one of the projects on the list.
So yes, it will need to have, before voting, it will need to have an amount assigned to it.
That is one, yes, that's one of the projects.
Okay, so, do you have any intro you'd like to give, Reggie, or shall we open public hearing?
I can, I can give a brief overview on each project if you would like.
I don't think we've all heard enough. We've had 4 public hearings related to all the projects, so unless it's something new, which you've already done, I don't know why we need to take the time, unless the will of the commission is to want to do that.
Hey, Rick,
Yes,
for those conflict projects, can we just have public comment on those? So those of us that have conflicts can be out of the room?
that's right. Well, you're able to be, if I'm understanding right, Reggie, they can be in the room when public is giving testimony. It's just when it's commission giving it and voting, or do they have to leave during it?
They cannot, the members with conflicts cannot be in the meeting when
Okay,
committee discussion.
it's committee discussion, so the general public, they can.
Yes, they can be
Okay.
present they just cannot be present for committee discussion.
Okay, so Kurt does that.
So they cannot participate in deliberation of any kind.
So can they hear public testimony?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Right, so they can hear public testimony, public comment, but they cannot participate in the discussion. So once public comment is closed and it goes
and
back,
then we need to do it. Okay,
it would have to leave at that point.
okay. We'll also have to determine for those who have potentials for 500 to 1,000. We'll need each of you to determine, to indicate on the record whether or not you have one of the exceptions to that conflict.
Right, and we could, if you'd like, we could do that now, just so we know.
Well, let's go ahead and do it now. So, going down the list for the,
I can share my screen. I have
that would
the,
be good.
so we don't have to guess. Okay, here.
Okay. Actually, back up to the 1,000-foot rule 1 second. Okay, that, if those of you who have one in that 1,000-foot rule, if any of those are ones where that determines if you actually have a conflict or not. So if one of those things are met on that project, in your opinion, you have a conflict and we need to sit out. Okay. We'll take a quick look and then we'll move to the list of the folks. Basically, is it going to change the value of your property is really what it's about.
Correct. And just to clarify, this decision is made by the individual committee member. It's at your decision whether or not it affects your property.
So basically, it would be, for example, the first one is Richard, it's yours for the 2 Casnovo Knoll projects. And you say, no, it's not going to change the value of my property. I don't think I have a conflict. Then we move on. Or it might have a conflict, in which case I'm going to sit out. So if we could do that for each of the people who have it. So Richard?
Yes, I have no conflict with either COK 3 or COK 5. They're over a block away from me. I don't see them. It will not change anything in my property or income.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Jamie, Del Monte Beach, the alternate. I'm not sure if they're even, are they present?
Not present.
Okay, in which case not relevant. Jamie for Del Monte Beach 05 and 07.
It's the same thing, multiple blocks away, no visibility. Also very old projects have been up on and off the list multiple times. So
Okay.
no problem.
Del Monte Grove.
Yeah, same here. It's blocks away and out of sight, and it wouldn't affect the value of my property.
Okay. Kurt?
And none of the ones in downtown that are between the 1,000-foot rule would affect my property. And again, like Jamie said, they're older projects and I'd voted on them before. So no comment
Okay.
on any of those.
And Bella for yours? I think you have to unmute.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, shucks. I don't know what to do here.
Well, can Kurt vote on all of those?
No, I can't seem to unmute.
You're unmuted.
Oh, good. Oh,
Yeah.
ciao. He can't vote on 24, 32, or 33.
24, 32.
Oh,
It's the DT 12 and 13, right? But that's not in question at this point. So for you, I don't think there's any, except for the 3 that Kurt cannot vote on. I don't think there's any other conflicts.
Okay, so you don't need to worry about it. Monterey Vista.
Yes, this, the Via Paraiso Park is almost 4 blocks away, and you have to go outside to even hear the pickleball. So I don't think it'll affect my property value.
Okay. Chinier.
So let's see.
Monterey 03.
No, it's New Monterey 14, sorry, and multi-neighborhood 03. So, and specifically with multi-neighborhood 03, it's the fire station, I believe.
So I'm going to decide to sit out on that one for the multi-neighborhood 03. And our alternate is present, so she can vote in my place.
Okay. Bill Del Monte.
I do not see any conflict for any of these projects.
Okay. So in which case it's only the 4 representatives for in the 500-foot rule. So Scott will have to sit out on COK 5, but he's the alternate, so Richard will be participating. Kurt for year 3, Janieri for New Monterey 09, and as you indicated on multi-neighborhood 03, and Dwayne on BDM 01.
Yes, and Tammy could vote on that.
Correct.
So in which case now we'll go to public hearing, open the public hearing on all projects that are here to vote on. So if you could either raise your hand online or start lining up to come to the dais, please keep your remarks to 3 minutes or less. And it's very helpful if you know it, to indicate the project number so we can find it easily and make notes. And it's very helpful if you know it, to indicate the project number so we can find it easily and make notes. It's very helpful if you know it. That was interesting. Okay. So let's first person in the council chambers and just come forward and give us your input.
Hello, my name is Ann Timberlake, and I'm commenting on Monterey Vista 01. I think we can all agree that the corner of Via Arbelace and Munruss Avenue by the Super 8 Motel is a very dangerous area to pedestrians, and it's completely out of compliance with ADA regulations. There is no way for a pedestrian on foot or in a wheelchair to pass that corner without entering the very busy traffic lane on Munruss Avenue. Munruss is one of the busiest thoroughfares in Monterey. It's lined with hotels, and it's the only route to Del Monte Shopping Center. It's imperative that the corner of Via Arbelace be redesigned with a sidewalk to create a safe crossing for pedestrians. Thank you.
Thank you. And next.
Tom Reeves, President New Monterey Neighborhood Association. You have before you quite a few very good projects, I think, that our neighborhood has nominated, but I want to highlight really just two of them. NM4, our neighborhood plan update. As I've said before, the neighborhood plan is really the guiding document for development within the neighborhood. And ours is 33 years old, or more than that even, I think. But anyhow, it's ancient, and it's in huge need of being updated. As we mentioned before, NM12. Now, I know this is a huge reach. I've heard loud and clear from this committee for years, but I ask of you, I beg of you to stretch on this one. It's in the spirit of compromise. It's an important building and facility for all of us. And it looks like this is really the way to get it moving forward. And when you take into account the population of New Monterey, we have 17% of the population of the city in just New Monterey alone. So I'd also like to echo what the previous speaker said about the project in Monterey Vista, the one at the corner. Which one is that one there? Sorry. MBO1, yes. When I worked here, I would sometimes go for a lunch break. I'd walk up to Del Monte Shopping Center. That is the gauntlet to get through that intersection. I would run like a squirrel across Munruss to get to the other side of Munruss because it was too dangerous to go along Munruss. Now, the thing that hasn't been said, though, is unless the city code's been changed, the public works director could tomorrow just go to that person's door, knock on it, and say, you have to build a sidewalk and you have to pay for it. Have a good day. And for the neighborhood improvement program to offer to build that, I think that property owner would be wise to jump on it. But I've heard that they're being reluctant. They're pushing back. They've got their own plans for it. But you know what? It's a right of way. It's our right of way. It's not theirs to be used. Another thing, I'll dabble a toe into pickleball. I don't know why, but I'm compelled. The idea of having a pickleball court at Ryan Ranch, I think, why is that such an odd idea? I mean, that's the centroid of our healthcare system in this community. Those people are trying to get people healthy. Pickleball is a healthy exercise at a lunch break. Do you want those people to get in their cars and drive to downtown to play pickleball down here? I mean, this is supposed to be the green community. It's the livable, walkable community. Well, also build a damn pickleball court out there so they don't have to get in their cars to get exercise. So anyhow, I'll stop my rant. Thank you.
Thank you. And next.
Mike Brassfield again. I'm here in support of Kona 3 and 5. It's basically ash and trash. It's to clean up areas that don't have sidewalks. And we need to finish out the neighborhood. That was the whole intent of NIP, is to fix our neighborhoods. So I ask for your support on that. The other one is, and I don't know the number, it's the extension of the bikeway down Mark Thomas. But we have a bike trail in the middle of neighborhoods that do not have an end. We're trying to figure out a way to get by walking and by bicycle from our neighborhood to City Hall and back in a safe manner. So this proposal is to end that. I've been working with Andrea for years trying to get this kind of an extension. So this is a cleanup project, and we need your help on that. And I agree with Tom. I mean, the whole intent of sports programs in the city of Monterey is to change it from sports to health. I'm way beyond sports. I'm in health. So I would ask you to change the focus wherever you can from sports to health, because no matter what age, you need to be healthy. And it's endemic of our youth as well as our seniors. So please support us. Thank you.
Okay, next.
Good evening. I'm Sharon Dwight from New Monterey. I'm going to very quickly go over some projects, and I'm just looking at New Monterey. I'm not looking anywhere else. First of all, New Monterey 1, 600 block of Lobos drain line. I'm not quite sure how they got the $100,000, but it's a mess. The pavement's all broken up. They just did all the slurry seal and left the messes. Their driveways, it's a mess. It needs to be fixed up. When we did the drainage years ago, we only did one side of the street. This is the other side. New Monterey 2, not New Monterey 15. David Avenue open space. We don't need to do anything with trees. Our area plan says that we're going to purchase areas where there are prominent trees and keep little pockets of green throughout our highly populated neighborhood. This is a project that meets the area plan requirements. It should be funded. New Monterey 3, David Avenue, Terry Crosswalk, and the upstream island. A traffic calming plan was done years ago for New Monterey, for Prescott and David. This was the location that had enough visibility from up and down for a safe crosswalk. We wanted one crosswalk from the top of the hill down to Pine Avenue. This is the intersection, and we don't need to study it anymore. We already did the traffic calming study. It needs to be done for the safety of the people in the neighborhood. New Monterey 7 for Linden Sidewalk. I'll simply say our area plan said you're not supposed to do it if you don't already have curb and gutter. New Monterey 12 for Hilltop, the seismic and so forth. We've known for 10 years we've got a leaky roof. Let's fix the building so we don't lose it entirely. It's an important center. I hate the price tag. We desperately need to fix that building so we don't lose it entirely. New Monterey 14, Cypress Park Tennis Court. That should be paid for out of the Parks Division budget. It should not be coming out of NIP. And the last 3, New Monterey 16, the Cannery Road Public Restroom. They need that. The people are going into the park and eliminating their waste. And if it's once built, we found the location already. There's water, there's electricity. Build the darn thing, let people use it. Cannery Road Company, the district said they will maintain it. The city doesn't have to. We don't have to wait for a downtown study. It never was part of that downtown study. It needs to be done now. New Monterey 17, Lower Presidio Walkway. We've had the money on the books for years and years. We could finally finish it. And New Monterey 18, Cannery Row Worker Shacks. We saved this bit of history. We need to see that the leakage isn't so bad that we lose this little bit of history. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
Suzanne Grimes. I'm an Old Town resident, and I wanted to speak in favor of MN 06, underground utilities. And I just wanted to say, with the increased awareness of fires caused by down lines, This is a more prevalent issue that the city really needs to address. And with the passage of this project, it'll allow us, our community, to move forward with some resources to get things started for undergrounding utilities. And we all want a city with safe evacuation routes, more reliable services for residents and businesses, and a more beautiful city. And I hope you'll consider this project. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Rick Johnson. I'm the former retired executive director of the Downtown Business Association, which is another word for saying old. And I've rolled out of retirement to come tonight and talk to you a little bit about new sidewalks in the downtown on Alvarado Street. I'm sure all of you remember the sad state that Alvarado Street in the downtown was in. And we came forward with a downtown specific plan. It really changed the spirit of the downtown and the look of the downtown and the inviting of guests to come to Monterey, which raises TOT and ends up again for the betterment of the people of Monterey. I did have the photos passed out of what it looks like on Alvarado Street right now. It's not only unattractive, but it's dangerous. And we have slips and falls. The city often comes it often comes to the city that people want to file lawsuits because of tripping, because of sidewalks that have just quite seriously deteriorated. I'm hoping very much that this commission will decide to move ahead on this. We talk a lot about walkable cities. Well, I'm getting afraid that Alvarado Street is becoming a trippable city. So it's very important that we move forward with it, that we bring the sidewalks up to being 100% ADA compliant and compatible to the new standards of ADA. We're not there now. We need to get there. You can make that happen. And lastly, I would urge you to approve it and to take those sidewalks and, just like me, retire them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Ben Beasley. I'm an Old Monterey resident, and I'm going to back up on Mr. Johnson's points with just my personal perspective. First of all, I want to commend the downtown Monterey area, Alvarado area, for transforming from what once was a visual and functional disappointment to what is now one of the more meaningful, historical, and beautiful city centers in the state. The mixed use additions and assistance with rehabilitation of buildings and restaurants have brought people from all over Monterey and the Monterey Peninsula flocking to Alvarado, specifically Upper Alvarado. Revival Ice Cream, Ad Astra, Alta Bakery are some of my favorites. The visually stunning transformation of the Monterey Conference Center, Portola Plaza, is the perfect gateway for entrance to the Fisherman's Wharf, the Historic District, all events at Custom House Plaza, weekly farmers markets, and the Rec Trail. As I'm a homeowner in downtown Monterey, I can walk down with pride down Alvarado Street and the surrounding areas until I look down. The stained, uneven, discolored, and often mismatching brickwork and other surfaces takes away from all I mentioned. It's very unfortunate, as we all have to look down to see where we're walking, and this takes away from the appreciation of the unique blend of old and new architecture and its businesses. And if there's rain or moisture, slipping's not if, but it's when. I, along with my family, including my 8-month-old daughter, respectfully ask that there's an investment similar to what was done at Portola Plaza to replace the old, discolored, dangerous brick sidewalks on Alvarado. And I appreciate your time and interest.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Gary Soule, the current president of the Old Town Neighborhood Association. Our board met recently to go over the NCIP projects as refined to date in preparation for this meeting. Our neighborhood supports MN06, the combined programs for undergrounding utilities, as our #1 priority. Please give this your highest consideration for the safety of the city. That's all we have. Make it short. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Ray Myers. I'm the chair of Monterey Undergrounding, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about MV&A in Old Town Neighborhoods, #1 priority, MN06. This year, there were 3 NCIP projects for multi-neighborhood centered around undergrounding utilities. Key provisions from each proposal were combined into MN06 with the common goal of starting a citywide undergrounding program with the means of facilitating the procedure for how to move forward in this commitment. The proposal is the start of a journey. It is a bold first step that speaks loudly to everyone in Monterey that we're ready to invest in the residents' quality of life. Here's a brief summary of what the consensus is now. 3 proposals concluded that the emphasis should be on the completion of Fremont Street underground project that's been primarily funded by PG&E Rule 20A credits, as well as the vulnerable major escape routes such as Del Monte Avenue. 2, the provision calls for forming an underground utility conversion committee that's tasked with developing the master utility conversion plan that, with the approval of the staff and the council, will become the undergrounding roadmap moving forward. This committee is made up of qualified volunteers from our city, as well as representatives from the utilities and city staff that considers many factors, as well as such as future funding, for example, priorities for choosing projects and the coordination of engineering goals. The city hires city hires a new staff person, the utility conversion master program manager, with funding from the provisions of this proposal, who is dedicated to facilitating the planning and implementation of the master utility conversion. Incremental change will become immediate along the pathway for this long-term goal. Each project area, each pole that comes down and the utilities are buried will be one less ugly, dangerous, unreliable pole that's on the street. So one street, one neighborhood, and one pole at a time. When the wind blows, it won't knock down, and when it knocks down a tree, it will prevent the sparks from flying and accumulating on our vegetation, potentially starting a wildfire. So please take the step forward in that journey tonight by voting for MN06. Thanks.
Good, thank you.
Hello, I'm Robert Atanasio. I live over in Monte Vista, and I'm here to request your vote on MV06, the San Bernabé widening a sidewalk installation project. I live right there at the corner of Via Ventura and San Bernabé. I kind of see the traffic going every day from morning through the late evening. And I just concerned about the deficiencies that exist in that roadway right now. Excuse me. And I think this project would address some of those deficiencies, that it would allow us to separate pedestrians from vehicle traffic. It provides a safe passage for vehicles and bicycles. And we've been talking, I've heard a lot of talk about walkable cities, and I understand that there's a big push to make Monterey Peninsula a blue zone. And I think that this project has a lot of good benefits for the neighborhood, but also would really enrich the community by achieving these bigger policy things like a walkable city. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael Lang. I'm here to talk about RR01 Ryan Ranch Pickleball Courts. And in the interest of time, we have quite a few people here to support the pickleball court project. So I'm going to speak for them. But if they could just kind of raise their hands so you know that they're here. Okay. After your vote last year to recommend $100,000 in NCIP funds to design the Ryan Ranch pickleball courts, many people came up to me and expressed their excitement at the possibility of new courts or new public courts in Monterey. Others, however, expressed skepticism that it would ever actually happen. I know that the slate of projects you will vote on today includes many compelling and necessary projects. City infrastructure and safety projects are important. There's no denying that. But I hope you will keep in mind that happiness is important too. For many people, pickleball is an escape. It's a chance to leave their worries behind them and participate in some friendly competition and banter. If you're of my generation, you may recall the TV show Cheers, where everybody shouted Norm when Norm walked in the room. Pickleball courts are a bit like that, a place where everybody knows your name. Over the last 3 years and 3 minutes at a time, you've heard numerous accounts of how pickleball has changed people's lives. Today, you have the opportunity to vote for a project that would bring joy to thousands of people. Yes, pickleball has really grown that much since you approved the pickleball court feasibility study way back in 2018. While some of you may have reservations about the pause the city has placed on the court design process, please consider that your vote for additional funding will help reinforce how much the community really wants this project to move forward. Thank you for the support you have shown us in the past, and please continue to do so again today by giving us a 10. And lastly, I just wanted to mention, I've been out of town for about a week, so I don't know if something happened NCIP related or what, but NCIP has been my first exposure to any sort of city politics. And I think it's really a great program. So if there's any threat or any sort of consideration to change it, I hope that doesn't happen. It's really great that we have a process like this where somebody like me can come up with an idea to try and, do something that I think would make our community better and just bring it forward without having to go through and fight with city administrators and all that kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd mention that in my last few remaining 20 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Barbara Lang, and I'm going to talk about the same pickleball project that Mike just mentioned. I'm just going to mention a couple of things that, number one, the location of the Ryan Ranch was decided by the rec department. So we had a project and they basically found the location, and a location that hopefully would work for everybody, especially getting out of the neighborhoods, and have enough parking. One of my concerns about the Monterey Center is the parking. There is paid parking. You have to move your car every 2 hours. That's not, usually play a little bit more than 2 hours if you're a pickleball addict like myself. So I think that's a consideration too of where the location should be. And again, trying to have it be not a lot of money, so that there isn't a lot of overhead, so that people can enjoy it like they can do tennis. People can go play tennis anywhere and not have to pay for it. So I really would hope that pickleball is going to be like that too, that you can go and take your paddle and go play in an open area without paying. And I really appreciate all the work you do. And I really respect the process, and very saddened that the process seems to be in being challenged right now. That really bothers me. I'm a very moral person. And I really believe in the process, and we have followed the process every step of your way. And it really saddens me to see us be stopped when we follow the rules, so to speak. So thank you again for your consideration, and I really appreciate your process. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, Gina Sessions. I'm going to speak on the NCIP MV06, the San Burnaby street widening and sidewalk installation. So first, I wanted to just read and submit a letter from a neighbor on San Burnaby Drive who has lived there for a very long time and is in full support of the activity. Interestingly, I met him when we first moved there, and one of the things he brought up with some pride was that he actually had been so impacted many years ago by the unsafety of San Burnaby that he talked with city council about just putting a yellow stripe in the middle of the road so people knew which side to drive on. So we're trying to move on from there, from the yellow stripe to a safe throughway for pedestrians, some possible safety for bicycles. We don't really have a lot of bicycles, but some. Robert actually is a bicyclist. But also for people with baby carriages, dogs, and the like. The road, as we talked about before, is really quite narrow, and at one point is so constricted that you'd likely to die if you were to meet two cars on it. So I also wanted to note that I had posted a note online that actually shows the plans that were developed by the city because we passed stage 1 planning stage of the NCIP project process, and we're asking to move forward to the implementation. And on that map, you'll see that every neighbor who will have their property impacted by the work, by the creation of the sidewalk, agreed, and that most of the neighbors who will be only indirectly because you know construction agreed, and the two that didn't agree didn't really not agree, they didn't answer. So I hope you take that really seriously. This is a long-standing safety issue for people that live on this area, and it's only getting worse with the more traffic that we have. And just to stay on theme with the group tonight, it actually is a walkway to get from Pacific over to the pickleball courts in. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Justin Cooper, Division Chief with Monterey Fire Department. First and foremost, I just want to reach out and say thank you to all of you sitting in this room, all of you up here. You guys do important work, and it's very appreciative for all the time, energy, dedication, and commitment you have to our neighborhoods in the city of Monterey. So thank you for all the work that you do. I'm up here today to want to acknowledge that, but also wanted to speak in obviously support of MN03 that is before you, and I really appreciate everything you do. You know, ultimately, when you look at the fire departments in the city of Monterey, they are part of the community and part of the neighborhood, and they're kind of the fabric that helps hold neighborhoods together. And I just wanted to thank you for considering it, because I do know you have a long list of items up before you, and I really appreciate everything you do. So thank you.
Thank you.
That's the last comment in the chamber.
Okay, we'll go online, and if anyone in the chamber will want to speak, they still can come line up, but now we'll go through the online folks, then come back to any last minute in chambers. So the first online is telephone number ending in 500. We can unmute them. You go ahead.
Hello, this is Wendy Brickman. Thank you for calling on me. I want to thank the committee members. They worked so hard on this. There's so many choices. And just to get to this point of voting, it's really important. And there's several projects I wanted to mention and request that they support. One is the COK04, the Kona Gap project. North Fremont needs a lot of help, and I think this is one that will be of value to help it and connect it to the bike lanes and make our center bike lane more important and usable. MN06, thank you. That project includes any funding shortfalls on North Fremont undergrounding. And of course, it's one of two main escape routes, very high priority to the safety of Monterey residents and visitors. DMG01 is the design of the North Fremont streetscape and pedestrian improvements. And I think it would be great if we could get started on that. I know undergrounding comes first, but the design could start before the undergrounding, which is, I think we're number one. Also, Mark Thomas Bikeway. I didn't see it on the list, but if it's there, I thought that was another excellent proposal to link the bike lanes down Mark Thomas. And finally, the sidewalks of Alvarado, which I'm on all the time. I'm very much in support of what Rick Johnson and Ben Beasley just said. So thank you for your attention to all these matters. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, if we go to Esther, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks to all of you. I'm not going to take up more time repeating what everybody else has said, but you all have done a great job and are very appreciated. I also want to say to those that are not aware of why there is some question about the status of NCIP, we're not going to get rid of NCIP. Nobody's going to see that happen. So you're very valuable to all of us. And so as the president of the Laguna Grande neighborhood, we have submitted one project, and it is health related. It is not an expensive project. Having senior workout equipment at Laguna Grande Park would benefit the whole side of the city that we are on that have less access to the sports center, especially seniors. Just as a reminder, we had Blue Zones project support. We had the United Way come out in support of it. And it is our only project, so I hope that we have the votes for it. And I hope it actually sets an example for something maybe similar to be done over in New Monterey, so that then we have access to everybody in the city and not just Sports Center being the main focus. I also want to echo Wendy Brigman's North Fremont project support. North Fremont is in need of a lot of support from business communities, and it's going to be difficult to get business and attract business over here while the area isn't at, top condition. So that's all I'm going to mention. Oh, and I also want to support the fire department's the firehouses. They're a disaster. Anything and everything that we can do to help them even start getting some renovations and things addressed, I think would benefit all of us. And I happen to be very close to one of the firehouses in question. So have a good voting night. Thank you again for everything you do. And don't lose sleep over this. I think we're going to prevail over the intended power grab. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. We'll go to Robert Yoha next. Go ahead, Robert. Or if you could unmute Robert. There you go. Ahead.
Hello, Robert Yoha. I live on Euclid Avenue, and I've spoken before you 4 times now for the sidewalks. And I'd like to take a little bit different tack tonight. Instead of speaking specifically about one project, I would like to speak on all 4 sidewalk infill projects and also on the replacement radar signs and the North Fremont Street Gap project. In 1961, my parents bought a house on Euclid Avenue. There were no sidewalks. We lived there for 30 years. 30 years, the city never even considered putting sidewalks in until the neighborhood association proposed to the NIP program to fund sidewalks in our neighborhood. The sidewalks were done in 1991, and Mr. Tom Reeves is in the audience tonight. He was the city engineer then. I'd like to thank him for putting sidewalks in our neighborhood with NIP funding. Now it's 33 years later. We have some missing sections of sidewalks that neighbors would really like to have completed, and the city has never put a finger or a foot out to do it. But the CNIP has graciously accepted Kona's applications for completing the infill for a project they started 30 years ago. I would like to speak in support of COK1 to complete the infill on Melway Circle, COK2 to complete the infill on Casanova Avenue, and we have a major concentration of apartments there and people that walk down to the bus down to Fremont Street. We need that missing section completed. We have a section COK3 on Ramona and Stewart that somehow got missed in the 1990s. And those 4 sidewalks, if you complete them, it will now be almost 63 years later since the NIP has been funding sidewalks in our neighborhood. And I'd like to thank you for that. I'm now retired, just like
1 minute left.
1 minute left. We need to complete the GAP project to complete our bicycle plan. Last year, NIP funded the Mark Thomas section in the North Fremont Street specific plan. We did the North Fremont section. And now if we can complete the GAP project, that will connect us with Seaside, Marina, Fortag, Delray Oaks, it will keep us from being landlocked on Bicycle Pass. And lastly, please can you replace the radar signs on the existing posts and supports in our neighborhood? It does affect traffic. People do slow down. Not everyone, but most people do slow down when they see it flashing. Thank you for being with us all these years. If it hadn't been for the NIP and now the CNIP, we would not have sidewalks in our neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yaha. Okay, we'll go to Karen Hinton next. Go ahead. Ms. Hinton, go ahead. Okay, let's move on to Jean Rash, then we'll come back to Karen.
Thank you, Jean Rash, as president of the Monterey Vista Neighborhood Association. Our number one project is multi-neighborhood 06, the undergrounding project. And we're pleased to team up with Old Town and Monterey Vista together as our number one priority, benefiting out of the gate District 4 with the Del Monte prioritizing and North Fremont. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rash. Let's try Karen Hinton again. Karen, are you there? Okay.
Karen, if you can try to unmute on your end.
Okay, we'll come back and try again. Looks like we have a caller. Last three digits is 636. Oh, nope, that dropped off. Okay. No Karen. I don't know what's going on there. Is there anyone in the council chambers?
No more public comment in the council.
Okay, the last hand I have raised is Ms. Hinton, and I don't know what's happening there. So we'll go ahead and close the public comment portion of voting night. And we'll be bringing it back now to the commission. We'll deal first with the conflict of interest projects. We'll take them one at a time. We'll have the person who has a conflict will need to step out. Then we'll have committee member comments, then we'll vote, then we'll go to the next project and go through the conflict projects that way.
We have a question from a committee member.
Okay, go ahead.
So my first question is, I have two. In the past, before we've gone to voting, we talked about, is there still a base allocation?
Base allocation has been gone for about 3 or 4 years now.
The second question is, I think I've got the priorities here, but if we could just go through neighborhood by neighborhood and have the representatives, if you would just go in the order that they're on here, like number 1, COK01 is our number 2, whatever the case may be, so that I can make those notes as we go through.
I think we'll do that as each commissioner gives his comments before voting, and we'll go from there. The only question would be on the conflict of interest project.
Yeah, so from downtown, you're not going to get much.
Well, we do have Bella here as the alternate, Kurt, so.
So are we going to do the priorities before the members that have disqualification leave? You could just list them out, or
Yeah, let's do that. Go neighborhood by neighbor. What are your priorities? So everyone has those. That should also shorten the amount of time we're spending, giving our input before voting as well. So
I guess I would just ask that we limit the comment to what the priorities are.
yes, that's what all this is right now, is just name. If you have priorities, give us your priorities. There'll be a chance to do the whole talking bit in very soon.
Okay.
there are no Agua Oach projects, there are no Alta Mesa projects, so cast no vote no. Richard,
Yes, COK. I've asked for the sidewalks to be combined, the infill, many times, but they're broken down into 1, 2, and 6. So that's our first priority, 1, 2, and 6. Doing one of those, $1,000 6-foot section, is not going to do much good. We need to complete those sidewalks.
so
So
we
one,
stick to
2, and 6.
priorities right now, so. that-
Right, and
that just makes
COK
it clear.
5, COK 5, the radar signs in number 2, and COK 4 is our number 3, the gap funding.
Okay.
That's
Deer
it.
Flats, Deer Flats,
Our only priority is Deer Flats 01, no priority assigned to 02.
okay. Dunwoody Beach,
In order by survey. Del Monte Beach 01 was number 3. 02 is number 6. 03 is number 4. 04 is number 1. 05 is number 5. 06 is number 2. And 07 is number 7. And statistically, there's a lot of projects that we've had that have been amazing in the past. This year, the focus really was to just on number 1, that dune restoration to prevent erosion. So it's statistically way ahead as a number 1 compared to all the rest of the projects.
okay. If we could stick to just the priorities, that'd be good. We'll have a chance to go into everything else here in a minute. Dunwoody Grove, Laguna Grande,
We're down to one project, DMG 03. DMG 01, the North Fremont is going to come back next year with a refined, more feasible scope.
okay. Downtown,
So I'm going to say it this way. The neighborhood supports all of the sports-related activity or projects in the downtown area.
okay. We'll go to Fisherman's Flats,
First one's withdrawn and the second one is no support, 0.
okay, Monterey Vista,
For Monterey Vista, within Monterey Vista, the number 1 choice is MV01. The number 2 choice was MV06. And the number 3 choice is MV02. But overall, the multi-neighborhood 06 was rated highest by everybody, as well as the MN05, the deforestation. And we will support the fire stations, but with a clear indication that the neighbors really are not looking for doing regular maintenance for things that should really be doing.
okay.
We also support the old Capitol site fuel reduction, and that was the next one down.
Okay. New Monterey,
So New Monterey 01 is our number 4. New Monterey 03 is our number 3. New Monterey 04 is our number 2. And New Monterey 12 is our number 1. Oh, and there's, sorry. New Monterey 18 is number 5.
okay, Old Town,
Our number 1 project is MN06, the undergrounding, and that's unanimous by our entire neighborhood by survey. And still want those Harrison Street steps completed or fixed, but actually it's a duplicate project. So it's in progress from 2014. So this was a duplicate entry.
okay. Skyline,
To wake up my camera and mic. I'm going to make it easy. There's SK 1, 2, 3. Priority 1, 2, 3.
hey, Villa Del Monte,
BDM 01 and 1,
Turn your microphone on.
BDM 01 is 1. BDM 02 is 2. BDM 03 is 5. BDM 04 is priority 3. And BDM 05 is priority 4.
Okay. Now let's go to, we'll start through the conflict of interest ones. We'll deal with downtown 04. So Kurt, yeah, need to step out for a little bit. Actually, we'll be doing DT04, DT12, and DT13. So any comments on by any of the commissioners on those three, any of those three projects?
Could you go over that number again, please?
DT04, which is the I'll let you read it. I got this thing so damn small I can't read it.
Just need the numbers.
DT4, 12, and 13.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone want to do any comments on DT on any of those three projects? Anyone raised in hands in the council chambers?
There are no raised hands in the chamber.
There's no raised hands online. So if everyone could get ready to vote on DT04.
And okay, we'll start with oh, hold on a second. I have to set the view up. All right, so for all of the panelists, I'm sorry, for committee members, get your cards and we're going to raise them and hold them up. We'll be reading them out, and I'll start with Villa Del Monte and go around. And then I'll read what's online. Okay? All right, so raise your cards, please. Okay, Villa Del Monte is 8. Monterey Vista is 3. Del Monte Beach 1. Glenwood 8. Aguajita Oaks 8. Deer Flats 5. Del Monte Grove 9. New Monterey 10. Old Town 0. Fisherman Flats 1. Oak Grove. Oak Grove 4. Alta Mesa is 6. Skyline 4 is 6. Kona 10. Downtown 10.
Could you please repeat Glenwood?
Glenwood 8.
Thank
you. Okay. So now we'll go to downtown 12. Oh, all right, 1 second. All right, I'm gonna change and go in alphabetical order. So we'll start with Aguajito Oaks. So, okay, going forward. So downtown 12 is up right now. Downtown 12 is install pickleball courts at Monterey Tennis Center. All right, everyone vote and please don't change. All right, Aguajito Oaks is 10. Alta Mesa 0. Kona 10. Deer Flats 5. Del Monte Beach 3. Del Monte Grove 8. Downtown 10. Fisherman Flats 0. Glenwood 8. Monterey Vista 5. New Monterey 5. Oak Grove. I'm sorry. Oh, 8. Oak Grove is 8. Old Town 2. Skyline 4. Villa Del Monte 7. Okay. All right, next one is downtown 13, which is Monterey Tennis Center improvements. All right. Please vote. DT 13. All right, vote. Starting with Aguajito Oaks, 7. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 4. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 8. Downtown, 5. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 2. New Monterey, 3. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 4. Villa Del Monte, 4. That's the last of the downtown projects for the conflicts. So then next, Rick, if you'd like, we can do New Monterey next. Okay, we're changing out voting members. Okay, so we're gonna start with New Monterey 09.
09. Does any member of the commission want to do any comments on New Monterey 09?
There are no comments in the chamber.
None online? Okay.
Okay, we'll start again. We'll go in alphabetical order, starting with Aguajito Oaks.
Everyone, go ahead and.
Yeah, everyone vote, and please, yeah, don't change. All right, Aguajito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 0. Kona, 0. Deer Flats, 0. I'm sorry, Deer Flats is 3. Deer Flats is 3. Del Monte Beach, 1. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 2. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 5. Monterey Vista, 2. New Monterey, 1. Oak Grove, 4. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 1. Villa Del Monte, 0. Okay, next we're gonna vote on multi-neighborhood 03, which is the fire station project.
Yep. Any members of the commission want to do any comments on this project?
There are no raised hands in the chamber.
I want to do a comment on it. I will be supporting this with a 10. I think supporting the fire stations, given that they're living in these stations and they need to be done. My only thing is it kind of blows my mind that they haven't had work done previously or been brought before us previously. And even last year, when we had the money come back to us for the dehumidifier, instead of giving that back, they could have fixed one of these fire stations, and the city chose not to. And now it's become critical, but I think it's important that we, particularly this year, given we have in effect a bonus amount from the past accounting things, I think it'd be good for us to do it for them and support our firefighters. Richard.
Yes, I'll reiterate your comments. I had a lot of concerns over the remodeling projects due to building safety, structural analysis, and seismic upgrades. But hearing the Public Works Director's comments reassured me tonight that it will be done right. And I cannot think of a higher priority than people that live in a building 24 hours a day tasked with saving our lives, being a safe building. So I will be voting maximum points for the fire stations. And all I ask is to be done quickly. This should not be a 5-year project. Thank you.
Dennis?
As a 26-year cert working with Monterey Fire Department, I'm slightly in favor of this one. My only question is NM 13 and VDM 03. Should we vote very highly on this? Should we not vote highly on those so that we don't end up with 4 fire stations?
I would agree.
Thank you.
And anyone else in council chambers who wants to make a comment on this project? Okay, seeing none, let's proceed with the voting process.
Okay, please vote. Okay, starting with Aguajito Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Kona, 10. Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 10. Glenwood, Glenwood, I lost it, 10. Monterey Vista, 10. New Monterey, 4. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town, 10. Skyline is 10. And Villa Del Monte is 9.
Okay.
All right, thank you. That's the last bag grouping.
Next one will be VDM 01. So Chinier, you can come back in, and Dwayne, you need to leave.
We're switching out.
And if anyone has any comments they want to give on VDM 01 prior to voting.
One second.
Sure.
Am I supposed to vote on this since Dwayne left?
You can, yes.
You can, yes.
Supposed to, as the alternate, correct. I'm sorry, I missed that, Tammy.
So Tammy, you would just need to have your voting card visible.
Okay, well, I don't have a voting card, so I'll have to write it on a piece of paper.
That writing on a piece of paper works as well.
Yeah, writing on a piece of paper will be fine. It's just as long as we can see it.
Okay.
All right.
Anyone want to make any comments on VDM 01?
We have Jamie Del Monte Beach would like to make a comment.
Go ahead, Jamie.
You know, when we approved the underpass last year, we approved it because it was an enhancement and beautification for the city in an area that doesn't get a lot of that. Art was the primary part of that project. So when I look at this, I think it's essential for getting the project that we approved and funded last year done.
Any other member of the commission in-house? I don't see any hands up online.
Tammy, did you have a comment? Nope, there's one in the chamber. Okay, so everyone please vote.
So Tammy, you'll need to turn your video on.
Yes, okay, so we're at VDM 01. This Aguajito Oaks is a 10. Alta Mesa is a 0. Kona is 7. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove. Del Monte Grove is 8. Downtown is 9. Fisherman Flats is 2. Glenwood, 5. Glenwood is 5. Monterey Vista is 5. New Monterey is 10. Oak Grove is 5. Old Town is 6. Skyline is 7. And Tammy, Villa Monte?
I can't get my,
What's
my
the number?
camera.
Just tell us.
5.
Okay, perfect.
Villa Del Monte 5.
All right. So Dwayne, you can come back. Dwayne can come back in.
Yeah, that's it. So those are the conflict votes.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we'll go around to the commissioners and any comments you're wanting to make in advance of voting. This is the time to do it, whether the projects you like, the projects you don't like, basically any comments you want to do. This is your one and only time. So why don't we start from left to right in the council chambers, and then we'll go to the folks who are online. Actually, Dwayne, I don't think Dwayne is back yet.
He's on his way.
Okay, so why don't we go next to Dwayne, then we'll come back to Dwayne when he comes in.
Okay, so this is Kurt, downtown. One comment I wanted to make is the undergrounding. I agree, it's 100% important that we remove the power lines from above ground to underground. However, I wish we would be thinking more out of the box and go to a point where we have no wires. Japan's already doing it. If we're going to spend billions of dollars to underground this, why don't we spend billions of dollars and outfit each home with solar cells, and those that don't have enough solar power, put a fuel cell running off natural gas. Japan and other countries are already doing this. So we should go to the point of no electrical wires, be the first city in the United States that actually has no electrical wires. And that's the only comment that I wanted to make.
For Monterey Vista, I just we support really strongly MV01. That was the little sidewalk. That is a very relatively small project, should be easy to do. The road widening that was talked to by a couple of people here on San Burnaby. It's really, we've had 2 neighborhood meetings. It's been really supported by everybody who lives there. So it's really time we spent money designing it, and the design is mostly done. And so this will hopefully be able to build a section of road. And then was the undergrounding is again was voted by all our people as the number one project in MN06. So that's what I have to say right now. Thank you.
We go to Dwayne.
What did I miss?
No, you get to get anything you want to tell us about projects or anything in advance of voting.
No.
Okay. And I can't see who's next to it. Han, that's Jamie, I think, in the middle.
Right, Del Monte Beach. Shoot, I changed pages.
I caught you on purpose, but on the wrong page.
Right. So again, just to emphasize that when I do a statistical analysis of it, DMB04, the dune restoration, is far and away ahead. We have a whole team of ongoing volunteers working throughout the public dune to eliminate invasive species, one handful at a time. And this will actually come in and support the dune where the erosion is starting to really increase with the installation of the seawall. So emphasizing 04 as being a priority. And then the boardwalk cabling is number 2. That's something that we support all the time. There may be some money for that already left over from last year. And boardwalk lighting is a new idea. It's safety. We do have had several shooting incidences in the area. So something new for us, just throwing that out there. That's DMB01. That's it.
Okay. Next.
The old capital project with the fuel reduction, I believe they've put them all together for this evening. The other thing that's important is anything that's a project that has to do with safety. We have to take care of our citizens and make them safe in our city, whether it's a traffic issue or they're walking on a sidewalk. And the other one is the underground utilities. Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, no, I'll go Heat Oaks. We don't have any projects obviously today, but I know that both the undergrounding utilities and fuel reduction are important to our community.
Okay.
Thanks. For Deer Flats, as I said before, really our only priority is that small $5,000 project to improve the one that was done before so we can have some maintenance done on those uplights on that traffic island. Again, we don't have a vote on our priority on the one that was assigned to us, didn't really come from us. I'm going to prioritize the things that NCIP was meant for the communities, the neighborhoods, and what your priorities are. And then we'll vote accordingly on safety and, the fire reduction, the firehouse, undergrounding in priority. But would rather see city funds used to maintain the infrastructure and not burdening too much NCIP with those projects. I also like the sporting things too, the community improvements. So that's all I have.
Okay.
At risk of repeating myself, please be prepared to see North Fremont streetscape return next year with a more refined scope. That's it.
Okay.
Right, so for New Monterey, again, our priority is New Monterey 12. We did try to work with the city to come up with a compromise that weren't able to meet at an agreement with the number, but we did increase our ask to 1 million. I know that's a big difference from what we asked for before, but we would consider this to be our number one project. So we are prepared if we don't get funding for the other stuff. We definitely want to make sure we get the funding for Hilltop. Neighborhood plan is number 2. And then David Terry Crossway, just to reiterate what was said during public comments, the study has already been done, so it really is just construction. It's conflicting from what it says under the staff report, but we know that study was done. So we really want to make sure that we're able to address that, and that's definitely safety. We've had a lot of people ask us about that. Number 4, New Monterey 01, and number 5, New Monterey 18. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our number one project is MN06, addresses safety, reliability, and aesthetics. So that's it for Old Town.
Okay. Tom.
Fisherman's Flats on page 6 of the list. I'm going for a 10 for $2.25 million for MN03 fire station improvements. I'm going to 10 for MN05, which is a citywide forest management, which is $1 million. And then I'm going 10 for MN06, which is also $2 million for the undergrounding. And that's the only undergrounding I'm going for. But that totals up to $5.25 million. That's a lot of money. Thank you.
I agree with all the projects are very important. There is no one that is not important, but we emphasize on safety and long-term corrections and safety for like the fire department, the fuel reduction. So if we concentrate on that, we might get something done, even if it is a lot of money.
Is that it in council chambers?
Yes, that's
okay. And Richard, you want to?
Yes, thank you. A couple comments. I did read the staff report and I paid attention to some of the comments. I've been asking for their comments for literally months. I got it like 2 days ago. I want to really look at what we can really build and what's going to result in a pot of money doing nothing. That's considered in my vote. I noticed under the restrooms, the comment is there's no water credits. And I don't see building a giant pot of money that's going to be taken down the road. It doesn't matter if you have a faucet there. If you don't have a water permit for a restroom, it's not going to go in. So I'm probably one of the biggest supporters of public restrooms and the study. But I'm going to vote against those because it's not possible right now. And unless somebody can prove something different. I'm very concerned about building a pickleball court from scratch. I want to give that tennis center a try. If we can tie it in with the sports center pass, we have a way for Monterey residents to play. I don't know about doing national traffic here with free play. We got to find a better way because nobody's getting by free on anything anymore. So the other thing is on the rec trail redesign, it's not supported. And if it's not supported, I'm not going to let one person design it. It's too darn complicated. And I urge a no vote on that until you get Parks and Rec to get an engineer to design it to state and federal and local standards. That's where I stand. My last statement, maybe my last because my appointment is up, is I have volunteered for the city free for almost 60 years. Never heard the things that were said to us at the last council meeting. Never heard threats like that before in all my years. I'm going to vote tonight with my conscience. I'm trying to use intelligent reasoning, common sense on what will be allowed to be passed, what will be allowed to be built. And I want to say I admire every single person that is there participating, the public. I took notes. I changed votes because of the public comments. I try to make a difference. I'm trying to do what is best for our city and our country. And whether that results in me coming back or not is irrelevant. I'm going to do what I think is right. And that's what each one of you should do too. Thank you for your time. And we'll try to get through tonight. I've been dreading this night for almost a year now. Thank you.
Hey, Dennis.
I echo Richard's comments, and I also echo many of the other comments. I'm going to support the fire stations, probably since we voted high on the first one that we did already. Probably not on the other two. The forestry thing, I think, is the biggest thing. The current wildfire protection program was something that came up from my work with the Skyline Forest HOA, and it is something that's very necessary that we maintain this forest, otherwise we could burn with it. So we have to take care of those things, and I'll be supporting the other types of programs based on, not repeating, but what the other members have said in their comments.
Okay, I think I'm the last one. I'm going to be doing 10s for the sidewalks in Casanova Oak Knoll, as well as filling in the seed money for matching funds to fill in the gap to connect the bikeway all the way through. I'm also going to be doing a 10 on the exercise equipment in Laguna Grande Park. I think it's important for our seniors in that side of town that's been woefully underrepresented, as well as they're used by disabled as well. And despite comments made at a recent council meeting, I don't think it's a frivolous project. I think it's a very important one. And I'd like to see it in other parks as well. Also, I'm going to be giving a 10 to DTO5, which is the replacing the lights at Solisto Ballpark. This is going to result in savings in operational costs and electricity at that stadium, not to mention the maintenance cost of it. I'm also going to be giving a 10 to the new Monterey Neighborhood Plan, MN04. And I think it's time for its update. It's really high priority for the neighborhood. I think it's important we do that. I am going to be giving a 10 also on NM12, which is the neighborhood's version of the work at Hilltop Community Center. I think it's a reasoned, measured approach that isn't that's going to have things be done timely and make sure they're done for the long term. I already supported the fire stations, and actually the one that we voted on was for both fire stations. So in effect, the other two are not relevant anymore. My only concern is I have a feeling that's going to take a long time because you're not going to be able to shut down both fire stations at the same time to do the work. But I'll leave that in the hands of our capable folks, of Andrea and her folks, to do and to manage. I would like us to get regular reports on how that is coming and what is being done since we're paying for it. Also, I do want to do a 10 on the day use area erosion control up at Skyline. I'm also giving a 10 on the citywide MN01, the license plate readers cameras, which is requested by the police department. I'm also looking at giving a 10 on the citywide forest management, which is MN05, which has been our highest priority every year previously. And with the rains we've had, it's going to be all the more necessary moving forward. And on the final one I want to talk to, I have not, I think, ever given any points to undergrounding because I was worried about lack of plans, haphazard nature, money sitting there forever. However, I am this year going to give a 10 to that because of how it's coalesced, come together. It calls for the actual plan on how we're going to do it, and it's focusing on the areas I think are the most critical first, which are emergency exits and areas from the town, and we'll have an actual plan. My only concern is how long that money may sit there waiting to do, but at least there's elements of it on the planning side that we should be able to get going right away, and hopefully we can finally get North Fremont going. So I will be giving funds to it this year. And there are a lot of other projects I'll be giving points to, but here's the thing, folks, if you're not 100% sure about a project, any point you give may push that over the top. So you'll see me giving a lot of zeros, not because they're not necessarily good or valid projects, but in the scheme of things for me, they may not be as high a priority. And I don't want to push something over the top that I don't necessarily have full support of right now. But you'll see a lot of others with various other points for me through tonight. So Dennis, you have a hand up.
What is the Laguna Grande project number?
Okay, it is DMG 03.
Thank you.
Okay.
For some reason, I kept looking for an LG.
It's Domani Grove Laguna Grande.
Oh, that's
okay. So any other last minute comments by any folks?
We have
Jamie, I think I see a hand up.
MN09 opportunity purchase. What's the dollar amount?
We need to put a dollar amount to it. Good catch. It was brought up earlier, I think, by Hans, but we need to do that before we start voting. Who actually submitted that? Do you have the book? Oh, they can look in the book quick. Mine is.
It was resubmitted because it was
No, okay.
did.
What was it previously? Or there wasn't anything probably.
Yeah, I do not recall.
How's the committee feel about putting an amount of 250,000 on it?
I would second that.
Yeah, so we'll put that as the unless anyone objects, let's do 250,000. Jamie?
So that concept would mean that we're going to be building this fund over time, not that we expect to be able to have a fund tomorrow that will be funding, because there's just about nothing we're going to buy in Monterey for that.
That's how we've done it in the past, where we would put money in and build the fund. But we could do it as more too. If we don't know what would be needed because there's not anything that's even being looked at. Dennis, your hand's still up.
Oh, hold on. Chinyari was speaking.
Okay, sorry, Chinyari.
So I had a couple of questions for Reggie. So just kind of looking at the staff comments. So for the beach mat sign, it said that that's already in process. Or
Okay, yeah, thank you. So there were two sign projects that the city, I guess, will take on. From the list, there was the downtown 14 install beach mat wayfinding signage. And
So that means it's off the list now?
there's no need to vote on it, yes.
Okay.
So
But so it's off the list because staff is going to be doing it in-house.
Correct. So
Okay.
DT 14 and SK 01, which is the informational signage at Skyline Forest.
And one more question for DT 21, staff comment says it's not feasible.
Right, that was the feedback on this lake edge improvements that we don't see a way to implement that project.
We've done 4 or 5 phases of that previously.
It's confusing.
Yes,
So I guess I am having an issue with why we could do it before and we can't do it now. Unless state law has changed or something.
I'd have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, this is phase 5.
DT 21.
20, DT 21.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And then one last question for DT 16, it says comment of staff will get back if statute is sinking or not.
So DT 16, thank you on that one as well. So the city's proposal is that we will actively monitor the Blue Heron statue and report back to the committee on the status of whether or not it's actually sinking.
So has the applicant withdrawn, or was that's a carryover, I think, from before as well, was it not?
It has not been withdrawn, but that was the city's position.
It's a
Okay.
It's a carryover.
None of the, so just to be clear, the staff report is separate from whether or not someone has withdrawn or modified their proposal.
Basically, it's information for us to take into account as we're voting.
Correct.
Okay. Let's get back and finalize how much is going into opportunity buying. Is everyone in agreement with the $250,000? I'm not hearing anyone saying, so let's have that as $250,000 when we're voting. So. Any other last minute comments or questions? Dennis? Or you
Do
saw your
we-
hand up?
No, I'm asking a separate question. I was waiting for the call to vote on the other. Do we want to consider a contingency fund to set aside for the construction of what we're doing?
Good point. I think we need to. Where is our contingency stand right now? Reggie, do you have that handy?
I do. Currently, as of today, the contingency fund is $869,514.
So 800,000 and approximately how much are we going to be allocating to be spent this evening?
We're going to be allocating 10 million.
Well, yes, we have, based on right, the information from finance, we have roughly 10.5 million available. And we have currently 1,085,000 in the ending balance. So with those two, it's close to 11.5 million.
And we'd like to have a 15% contingency because we do get surprised and construction costs are rising. That makes sense to the city staff.
Now, note, we used to do just a contingency for the next year, just trying to do what we were going to get done, not everything. Otherwise, you're locking up a ton of money.
Well, I mean, just for consideration, the contingency over this past year we drew down about $100,000 on the contingency.
We're also looking at some major projects. I won't be surprised in building those fire departments that we don't have major overruns.
Which actually with the fire departments, it's what worries me that we're voting just a pocket of money without a confirmed plan to it, but.
Yeah, but I won't be surprised that there is.
Oh, I wouldn't be either.
So
I'm also worried about mission creep.
I'm worried about both of those things, but if we vote it, we should be succeeding on having it happen rather than wondering where we're going to get the funds from.
Rick, this is Ray. Can I make a comment? Okay, so the fire department, we are having facility assessments being done right now. So it's not just, we do have experts that are looking at the building. So that's what we're going to focus on, the critical items.
I would propose that we kick up the contingency to like 1.2 million, given the amount of volume. I would be happier with a larger number, but I don't want to take money and just park it. But I do think we should have a contingency that's
Is that a
healthy.
motion?
That my motion is for an extra 400.
I will second that motion. Jamie,
So then what about that ending balance of 1 million that's in
that
it?
goes into what we're allocating tonight.
So we're going to go ahead and take that ending balance and fold it into the total
And
amount.
then put 400,000 of it into into contingency. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Thank you.
Call a question?
Well, looks like Dwayne's got his hand up.
Okay.
I take back my no comment.
Okay.
There's several little comments by staff on the project we don't have enough water credits.
Well, Dwayne, could you just hold on for a couple minutes while we vote on the contingency, then we'll go right back to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, any else on contingency? If not, roll call, please.
Aguajito Oaks,
Aye.
Alta Mesa,
Aye.
Casanova Oak Knoll,
Aye.
Deer Flats,
Aye.
Del Monte Beach,
Aye.
Del Monte Grove Laguna Grande,
Aye.
Downtown,
Aye.
Fisherman's Flats,
Aye.
Glenwood,
Aye.
Monterey Vista,
Yes.
New Monterey,
Aye.
Oak Grove, Old Town,
Aye.
Skyline,
Aye.
and Via Del Monte.
Aye.
Motion carries. So if we can subtract 400,000 from the overall pot that we're allocating tonight. Great. Now, Dwayne, go ahead.
Yes, several of the projects were discouraged or neutral or whatever by staff because of insufficient water credits. What's a water credit? Is that a cup of water? Is that an acre? foot?
That's a Monterey Peninsula Water Management District allocation of water.
Here we go.
So, and since we have no water on the peninsula, there are no new water credits given out.
Well, what's happening with all this water that they're injecting into the ground in our area and claiming that we're going to be good for the next 25 years, even though
Well, that has not released the cease and desist order from the state at all yet. Hopefully, we'll have water resolution sometime in our lifetime.
we hope. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other final comments before we start voting? Because once we start voting, we just start cranking through. Okay. Let's begin the voting process. The first project would be COK 01. If we could get ready.
All right, everyone vote, and please keep your cards held up until we're done. Aguajito Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Casanova Oak Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 3. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 9. Old Town, 6. Skyline, 10. Villa Del Monte, 9.
Okay, votes down.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me know when you're ready. Next will be COK 02.
Yes, COK 02.
Let's vote.
All right. Again, please keep your cards up. All right. Aguajito Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Casanova Oak Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 3. Glenwood, 6. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 9, Old Town, 6, Skyline, 10, Villa Del Monte, 7.
Okay. Next will be COK 04. You ready?
Yes, all right, vote.
Vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 9, Alta Mesa, 10, Casanova Oak Knoll, 10, Deer Flats, 8, Del Monte Grove, 10. I'm sorry, Del Monte Beach. Sorry, Del Monte Beach, 10, Del Monte Grove, 10, Downtown, 8, Fisherman Flats, 1, Glenwood, 10, Monterey Vista, 8, New Monterey, 8, Oak Grove, 5, Old Town, 10, Skyline, 10, Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay. The next project we'll be voting on is COK 05.
All right, vote.
Okay, ready, vote?
Yes, vote. Okay, hold them up. So we got Aguajito Oaks, 8, Alta Mesa, 6, Casanova Oak Knoll, 10, Deer Flats, 9, Del Monte Beach, 4, Del Monte Grove, 9, Downtown, 6, Fisherman Flats, 10, Glenwood, 10, Monterey Vista, 3, New Monterey, 9, Oak Grove, 6, Old Town, 8, Skyline, 9, Villa Del Monte, 9.
Next one we'll be voting on is COK 6. Are we ready?
Ready?
Please vote.
All right, Aguajito Oaks, 10, Alta Mesa, 10, Casanova Oak Knoll, 10, Deer Flats, 10, Del Monte Beach, 10, Del Monte Grove, 10, Downtown, 10, Fisherman Flats, 1, Glenwood, 8, Monterey Vista, 8, New Monterey, 10, Oak Grove, 9, Old Town, 6, Skyline, 10, Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay, that was the last Casanova Oak Knoll. We'll be moving on to Deer Flats. The first project will be DF 01.
Ready?
Okay, vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 10, Alta Mesa, 4, Casanova Oak Knoll, 10, Deer Flats, 10, Del Monte Beach, 10, Del Monte Grove, 7, Downtown, 9, Fisherman Flats, 10, Glenwood, 7, Monterey Vista, 4, New Monterey, 10, Oak Grove, 10, Old Town, 10, Skyline, 9, Villa Del Monte, 10.
Next project will be Deer Flats 02.
All right, we're ready.
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 2, Alta Mesa, 0, Kona, 10, Deer Flats, 0, Del Monte Beach, 4, Del Monte Grove, 6, Downtown, 8, Fisherman Flats, 0, Glenwood, 8, Monterey Vista, 4, New Monterey, 0, Oak Grove, 3, Old Town, 5, Skyline, 6, Villa Del Monte, 4.
Okay, that was last year Flats. We're moving on to Del Monte Beach. Del Monte Beach 01.
Okay, ready?
Vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 7. Deer Flats, 8. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 4. Downtown, 6. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 4. New Monterey, 8. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 7. Skyline, 6. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay. Next, we'll be voting on DMB 02.
Okay,
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 5. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 4. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 2. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 0. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 2. Old Town, 4. Skyline, 6. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay. Next project will be DMB 03.
Okay, ready?
And vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 3. Deer Flats, 7. Del Monte Beach, 5. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 6. Monterey Vista, 2. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 5. Skyline, 6. Villa Del Monte, 7.
Okay, next project will be DMB 04.
We're ready?
Vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Casanova Oak Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 5. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 9. Villa Del Monte, 10.
The next project will be DMB 05.
Okay, ready?
Vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 6. Casanova Oak Knoll, 8. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 6. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 6. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 5. Monterey Vista, 2. New Monterey, 7. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 8. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay. Next project will be DMB 07.
6.
Oh, sorry, I missed 6.
Yeah, DMV 06.
DMB 06.
Okay, ready?
Vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 9. Alta Mesa, 6. Casanova Oak Knoll, 9. Deer Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 10. Glenwood, 10. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 9. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town, 8. Skyline, 9. Villa Del Monte, 2.
Now we're going to DMB 07.
Yes. And we're ready?
Please vote.
Okay, hold them up. Aguajito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 4. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 4. Fisherman Flats, 5. Glenwood, 5. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 5. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 0. And Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, that's done with Del Monte Beach. Now we'll be transitioning to Del Monte Grove, Laguna Grande, which will be DMG 01.
DMG 01, yes. Okay, ready?
The vote.
Okay, Aguajito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 4. Kona, 10. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 2. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 6. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 7.
Next, we'll be doing DMG 03.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Kona, 10. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 9. Fisherman Flats, 10. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town. Is that a 10? Old Town, 10. Skyline, 10. Villa Del Monte, 9.
Okay, that finishes up Del Monte Grove, Laguna Grande. We'll now be moving on to Downtown 01.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Okay. Aguajito Oaks, 6. Alta Mesa, 0. Kona, 0. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 2. Del Monte Grove, 2. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 10. Monterey Vista, 5. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 3. Old Town, 5. Skyline, 2. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay, next we'll be doing is DT 02.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 2. Kona, 0. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 2. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 5, Fisherman Flats, 10, Glenwood, 4, Monterey Vista, 2, New Monterey, 0, Oak Grove, 5, Old Town, 0, Skyline, 3, Villa Del Monte, 10.
Next project will be DTO 4.
We already voted on DTO 4. So
That's right, you're right. I saw my X there. Okay, we'll move on to DTO 5.
Yes, DTO 5. Okay. Ready?
Yep, please vote.
All right. All votes up. And we got Agua Hito Oaks, 10, Alta Mesa, 10, Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 10, Deer Flats, 6, Del Monte Beach, 10, Del Monte Grove, 10, Downtown, 9, Fisherman Flats, 4, Glenwood, 8, Monterey Vista, 6, New Monterey, 9, Oak Grove, 7, Old Town, 5, Skyline, 10, Villa Del Monte, 9.
Okay, next project will be DTO 6.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Okay. Agua Hito Oaks, 4, Alta Mesa, 2, Kona, 10, Deer Flats, 8, Del Monte Beach, 3, Del Monte Grove, 9, Downtown, 10, Fisherman Flats, 2, Glenwood, 7, Monterey Vista, 5, New Monterey, 8, Oak Grove, 4, Old Town, 5, Skyline is 8, Villa Del Monte is 4.
Okay, next project will be DTO 7.
And ready?
Please vote.
All right, Agua Hito Oaks, 10, Alta Mesa, 2, Kona, 5, Deer Flats, 3, Del Monte Beach, 1, Del Monte Grove, 9, Downtown, 6, Fisherman Flats, 0, Glenwood, 6, Monterey Vista, 6, sorry, Monterey Vista is 6, New Monterey is 6, Oak Grove is 9, Old Town is 10, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 2.
Okay, next project will be DTO 8.
Ready?
Please vote.
Okay, all votes. All right, Agua Hito Oaks, 8, Alta Mesa, 2, Kona, 10, Deer Flats is 3, Del Monte Beach, 1, Del Monte Grove, 8, Downtown, 5, Fisherman Flats, 0, Glenwood, 7, Monterey Vista, 6, New Monterey, 6, Oak Grove, 5, Old Town, 7, Skyline, 5, Villa Del Monte, 6.
Okay, next will be DTO 9.
Okay,
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 4, Alta Mesa, 5, Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0, Deer Flats, 10, Del Monte Beach, 0, Del Monte Grove, 6, Downtown, 5, Fisherman Flats, 5, Glenwood, 10, Monterey Vista, 2, New Monterey, 7, Oak Grove, 4, Old Town 4, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 5.
Next one will be DT 10.
Ready?
Please vote.
Okay. Agua Hill Oaks 5, Alta Mesa 0, Casanova Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats 5, Del Monte Beach 6, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 1, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 7, Monterey Vista 0, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 4, Skyline 6, Villa Del Monte 3.
Next project will be DT 11.
Yes, we're at 11. We just voted on Downtown 10. We're at DT 11. Ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 4, Alta Mesa 0, Casanova Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 1, Downtown 4, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 5, Monterey Vista 0, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 8, Old Town 4, Skyline is 5, Villa Del Monte 0.
Okay, DT 12 we already voted on. DT 13 we already voted on. DT 14 has been removed because the city staff will be doing it, so we're on DT 15.
Ready?
Please vote.
Everyone vote, please. Okay. Aguajita Oaks 6, Alta Mesa 0, Casanova Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats 7, Del Monte Beach 4, Del Monte Grove 10, Downtown 6, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 6, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 6, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 3, Skyline 6, Villa Del Monte 0.
Okay, next will be DT 16.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Oak Grove. Okay. All right. Aguajita Oaks 2, Alta Mesa 0, Casanova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 3, Del Monte Beach 2, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 2, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 3, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 10, Oak Grove 8, Old Town 5, Skyline 0, Villa Del Monte 9.
Next project will be DT 17.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 2, Alta Mesa 0, Casanova Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 0, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 1, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 0, Monterey Vista 0, New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 1. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, next project will be DT 18.
Okay. Ready?
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 5. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 3. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 4. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 2. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 10.
Okay, next project will be down DT 19.
Ready?
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 3. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 3. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 2. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 2. Villa Del Monte, 2.
And next project we'll be voting on is DT 20.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Okay, Agua Hito Oaks, 7. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 5. Downtown, 5. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 4. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 7. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 0. And Villa Del Monte, 6.
Okay, next project will be DT 21.
Ready?
Please vote.
Okay, Agua Hito Oaks, 7. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 2. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 3. Glenwood, 6. Monterey Vista, 5. New Monterey, 5. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 8. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, next project will be DT 22.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 8. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 7. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 3. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 3. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Yeah, that was the last downtown project. The next one we'll be voting on is FF02.
Well, DT 23 is separate, but it's the same cost estimate, 850,000. DT 23 is a separate proposal with the same cost estimate.
Okay, so we do need to vote on DT 23.
Correct. We should vote on.
Okay, DT 23 then.
Okay, ready? All votes in? Oak Grove?
Please vote.
Okay, Alta Mesa, I'm sorry, Aguajita Oaks, 0, Alta Mesa, 0, Casanova Oak Knoll, 0, Deer Flats, 0, Del Monte Beach, 0, Del Monte Grove, 5, Downtown, 1, Fisherman Flats, 0, Glenwood, 4, Monterey Vista, 5, New Monterey, 0, Oak Grove, 2, Old Town, 10, Skyline, 0, Villa Del Monte, 5.
Okay, now the next project will be Fish Flats 02.
Yes. All right, ready?
Yep. Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 0, Alta Mesa, 0, Casanova Oak Knoll, 1, Deer Flats, 0, Del Monte Beach, 1, Del Monte Grove, 0, Downtown, 8, Fisherman Flats, 0, Glenwood, 5, Monterey Vista, 0, New Monterey, 0, Oak Grove, 9, Old Town, 0, Skyline, 0, Villa Del Monte, 10.
Okay, next we'll go to Monterey Vista. My thought is we may take a 5-minute break after we finish Monterey Vista, if everyone agrees with me on that score.
I think you got a yeses for a break after Monterey Vista.
Okay, so next project is MV01.
Okay, ready? Vote. All votes in. Okay. Aguajita Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Casanova Oak Knoll, 9. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 7. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 8. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 10. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 9. Old Town, 9. Skyline, 10. Villa Del Monte, 9.
Okay, next project will be MV02.
Ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 6. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Oak Knoll, 7. Deer Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 5. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 10. New Monterey, 8. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town, 4. Skyline, 1. Villa Del Monte, 3.
Okay, the next project we'll be voting on is MV03.
Ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 6. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 4. Deer Flats, 3. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 4. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 10. New Monterey, 7. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 4. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 7.
The next project will be MV04.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Okay, Aguajita Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 4. Casanova Oak Knoll, 1. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 2. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove 8, Old Town 7, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 8. 8 for Villa Del Monte.
The next project will be MV06.
Okay,
Please vote.
waiting on one. Okay. Aguajita Oaks 7, Alta Mesa 2, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 5, Deer Flats 9, Del Monte Beach 8, Del Monte Grove 8, Downtown 7, Fisherman Flats 10, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 10, New Monterey 9, Oak Grove 4, Old Town 8, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 6.
Okay, next will be MV07.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 10, Alta Mesa 0, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 0, Deer Flats 9, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 5, Downtown 10, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 6, Monterey Vista 0, New Monterey 8, Oak Grove 8, Old Town 9, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 9.
The next project will be MV08.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 5, Alta Mesa, is that a 6? Alta Mesa, okay, yes, Alta Mesa 6, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 2, Deer Flats 4, Del Monte Beach 2, Del Monte Grove 5, Downtown 3, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 6, Monterey Vista 5, New Monterey 7, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 5, Skyline 3, Villa Del Monte 1.
Okay, let's take a 5-minute break. And please, let's only make it 5 minutes, and there's no lobbying allowed during break.
Okay. All right, everyone.
Okay, everyone ready? Let's vote.
All right, we are on New Monterey 01. Ready? Okay, we got a few. Come on. New Monterey 01. Okay, all votes are in. Aguajito Oaks, 9. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Oak Knoll, 7. Deer Flats, 7. Del Monte Beach, 7. Del Monte Grove, 7. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood is 7. Monterey Vista, 4. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 5. Old Town, 3. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Okay, next will be NM02.
Okay, ready?
All, please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 8. Deer Flats is 3. Del Monte Beach, 5. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 0. Monterey Vista is 8. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 7. Old Town, 4. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 7.
Okay, next will be New Monterey 03.
Okay. All right. Ready?
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Oak Knoll, 8. Deer Flats, 8. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 5. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 5. Old Town, 5. Skyline, 4. Villa Del Monte, 6.
Okay, next we'll be voting on New Monterey 04.
Okay.
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 10. Casanova Oak Knoll, 9. Deer Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 9. Fisherman Flats, 2. Glenwood, 10. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 10. Villa Del Monte is 8.
Next we'll be voting on New Monterey 07.
Okay.
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 1. Downtown, 7. Fisherman Flats, 1. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista is 4. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 5. Skyline, 0. And Villa Del Monte is 4.
Okay, next project will be NM08.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 8. Deer Flats, 1. Del Monte Beach, 1. Del Monte Grove, 8. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 8. Monterey Vista, 4. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 4. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 0. Villa del Monte, 0.
Okay. NM09, we already voted on. The next project will be NM11.
Yes. The 10 was withdrawn. Let me see.
Yeah, I've got a note that 10 was withdrawn.
New Monterey 10, yes, was withdrawn. So next one up is New Monterey 11.
Yep.
Okay, ready?
Let's vote.
Agua Gila Oaks 2, Alta Mesa 0, Casa Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats is 1, Del Monte Beach 0, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 2, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 7, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 4, Old Town 5, Skyline 5, Villa del Monte 8.
Next project up will be NM12.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Agua Gila Oaks 10, Alta Mesa 10, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 8, Downtown 10, Fisherman Flats 8, Glenwood 8, Monterey Vista 8, New Monterey 10, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 10, Skyline 10, Villa del Monte 10.
Okay, next project up will be NM14.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Agua Gila Oaks 8, Alta Mesa 3, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 5, Del Monte Beach 1, Del Monte Grove 8, Downtown 8, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 8, Monterey Vista 6, New Monterey 7, Oak Grove 5, Old Town 0, Skyline 5, Villa del Monte 7.
Next up will be NM16.
Yes, it's the same. Well, 15 and 2 are the same. So New Monterey 16. New Monterey 16.
Voting on New Monterey 16. Please vote.
Okay, Agua Gila Oaks 8, Alta Mesa 5, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 0, Deer Flats 1, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 8, Downtown 5, Fisherman Flats 5, Glenwood 6, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 0, Skyline 0, Villa del Monte 8.
Okay, next up will be NM17.
Okay,
Please vote.
okay. Agua Gila Oaks 6, Alta Mesa 3, Casa Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach. Oh, I'm sorry, Deer Flats, 6. Del Monte Beach, 3. Del Monte Grove, 5. Downtown, 7. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 5. Monterey Vista, 2. New Monterey, 8. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 7. Villa Del Monte, 7.
The next up will be NM 18.
New Monterey, 18. Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Oak Knoll, 9. Deer Flats, 7. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 6. Fisherman Flats, 5. Glenwood, 6. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 3. Skyline, 6. Villa Del Monte, 10.
It was the last New Monterey project. I'll transition to Old Town, OT01.
Ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 8. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 9. Fisherman Flats, 5. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 8. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 8. Villa Del Monte, 10.
And we'll be transitioning to Ryan Ranch 01 next.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Oh, everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. Aguajita Oaks, 9. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Oak Knoll, 5. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 5. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 10. Glenwood, 10. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 9. Old Town, 9. Skyline, 10. And Villa Del Monte, 7.
Next up will be Ryan Ranch 02.
Ready?
Please vote.
Okay, everyone's in. All right. Aguajita Oaks, 7. Alta Mesa, 0. Casanova Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 0. Del Monte Beach, 0. Del Monte Grove, 3. Downtown, 1. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 5. Monterey Vista, 0. New Monterey, 9. Oak Grove, 2. Old Town, 0. Skyline, 0. Villa Del Monte, 0.
All right. SK01 is removed because staff is going to do it in-house. So we'll be voting on SK02 next.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks, 10. Alta Mesa, 5. Casanova Knoll, 10. Deer Flats, 9. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 10. Downtown, 10. Fisherman Flats, 5. Glenwood, 7. Monterey Vista 8, New Monterey 10, Oak Grove 8, Old Town 5, Skyline 10, Villa Del Monte 9.
Next up will be SK03.
Okay,
Please vote.
all right. Aguajito Oaks 7, Alta Mesa 10, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 7, Del Monte Beach 7, Del Monte Grove 10, Downtown 9, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 8, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 9, Oak Grove 8, Old Town 4, Skyline 10, Villa Del Monte 8.
Okay, we finished Skyline. Next, we'll go to Villa Del Monte. VDM 01, we already voted on. So I take it, Reggie, we still have to vote on VDM 02, even though we funded the fire stations?
It's still a live project.
Yep, okay.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 0, Alta Mesa 0, Casa Nova Knoll 0, Deer Flats 0, Del Monte Beach 0, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 0, Fisherman Flats 8, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 0, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 10, Skyline 0, Villa Del Monte 9.
Okay, next we'll be doing on VDM 03.
Okay,
Please vote.
we are on VDM 03. VDM 03. Okay. All right. Aguajito Oaks 4, Alta Mesa 8, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 6, Del Monte Beach 0, Del Monte Grove 9, Downtown 9, Fisherman Flats 4, Glenwood 8, Monterey Vista 5, New Monterey 4, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 5, Skyline 6, Villa Del Monte 0.
Next up will be VDM 04.
Okay, ready?
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 6, Alta Mesa 10, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 8, Deer Flats 8, Del Monte Beach 1, Del Monte Grove 5, Downtown 7, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 7, Monterey Vista 5, New Monterey 9, Oak Grove 4, Old Town 5, Skyline 7, Villa Del Monte 6.
Next up will be VDM 05.
Okay.
Please vote.
Aguajita Oaks 8, Alta Mesa 5, Casa Nova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 7, Del Monte Beach 2, Del Monte Grove 9, Downtown 6, Fisherman Flats 2, Glenwood 7, Monterey Vista 5, New Monterey 8, Oak Grove 6, Old Town 5, Skyline 5, Villa Del Monte 9.
Yeah, finished off Villa Del Monte. Now we'll go to multi-neighborhood, MN01.
Okay,
Please vote.
all right. Aguada Oaks 8, Alta Mesa 10, Casanova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 5, Del Monte Grove 10, Downtown 10, Fisherman Flats 10, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 10, Oak Grove 9, Old Town 0, Skyline 10, Villa Del Monte 9.
And next up will be MN02.
Okay,
Please vote.
Aguada Oaks 0, Alta Mesa 0, Casa Oak Knoll 0, Deer Flats 0, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 0, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 8, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 8, Oak Grove 2, Old Town 9, Skyline 2, Villa Del Monte 5.
Okay, now my understanding MN4 is included with MN6.
MN04 was withdrawn.
Oh, withdrawn, okay. Then we're on to MN05.
Yes. Yes. Ready?
Please vote.
Ready, Oak Grove? Okay, Old Town, all right. Aguada Oaks 10, Alta Mesa 10, Casanova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 10, Downtown 10, Fisherman Flats 10, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 10, New Monterey 10, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 10, Skyline 10, Villa Del Monte 10.
Okay. Next is the combination of MN06 and 07. That's correct, right?
Yes,
Okay,
and 04. Yeah, all of the undergrounding.
yeah.
Okay,
Please vote.
Aguada Oaks 10, Alta Mesa 10, Casanova Oak Knoll 10, Deer Flats 10, Del Monte Beach 10, Del Monte Grove 10, Downtown 9, Fisherman Flats 10, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 10, New Monterey 8, Oak Grove 7, Old Town 10, Skyline 10, Villa Del Monte 8.
Next will be MN08.
Okay,
Please vote.
all right, all votes. Okay. Aguada Oaks 9, Alta Mesa 5, Casanova Oak Knoll 5, Deer Flats 9, Del Monte Beach 5, Del Monte Grove 0, Downtown 8, Fisherman Flats 8, Glenwood 10, Monterey Vista 5, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 5, Old Town 0, Skyline 7, Villa Del Monte 9.
Next will be MN09.
$250,000. MN09. Okay.
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 7. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 10. Del Monte Grove, 1. Downtown, 7. Fisherman Flats, 5. Glenwood, 3. Monterey Vista, 8. New Monterey, 10. Oak Grove, 4. Old Town, 10. Skyline, 7. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, next up will be MN10. We're on the home stretch.
Yes, the home stretch. Okay, ready?
Didn't we just vote on NM10?
No, we vote on MM9.
We're at,
Okay.
we're at, yes, Public Art Security Plan.
Okay, sorry. Got it.
MM10. Please vote.
Okay, Agua Hito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 5. Del Monte Beach, 6. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 5. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 4. Monterey Vista, 4. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 4. Old Town, 3. Skyline, 7. Villa Monte, 9.
Okay. Next up will be MN11.
Okay.
Please vote.
I'm sorry. Whoa. Agua Hito Oaks, 2. Alta Mesa, 0. Casa Nova Oak Knoll is 0. Deer Flats, 6. Del Monte Beach, 8. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 6. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 9. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove is 2. Old Town, 3. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, next up will be MN12.
Okay.
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 8. Casa Nova Oak Knoll is 10. Deer Flats, 10. Del Monte Beach, 8. Del Monte Grove, 6. Downtown, 9. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 0. Monterey Vista, 5. New Monterey, 8. Oak Grove is 3. Old Town, 6. Skyline, 5. Villa Del Monte, 0.
Okay, next up will be MN13.
Ready?
Please vote.
Agua Hito Oaks, 4. Alta Mesa, 2. Casa Nova Oak Knoll, 0. Deer Flats, 8. Del Monte Beach, 5. Del Monte Grove, 0. Downtown, 8. Fisherman Flats, 0. Glenwood, 10. Monterey Vista, 6. New Monterey, 0. Oak Grove, 6. Old Town, 7. Skyline, 7. Villa Del Monte, 8.
Next up is our final project, MN14.
Okay.
Please vote.
Agua Hilo Oaks 5, Alta Mesa 3, Casa Nova Oak Knolls 0, Deer Flats 4, Del Monte Beach 2, Del Monte Grove 1, Downtown 6, Fisherman Flats 0, Glenwood 5, Monterey Vista 2, New Monterey 0, Oak Grove 4, Old Town 10, Skyline 7, Villa de Monte 8.
Okay, we are finished voting. So, Reggie, you guys will be totaling this all up, seeing where the breakout point is, and it will be back in a meeting in August. Where
Yeah.
where we are and do our formal vote to move it to the council.
Yes.
My only question is, we might have a very different commission at that point. Who didn't participate in the vote. So I guess for the attorney is, how can you have people who did not participate in the vote to forward something to the council?
I don't have an answer to that.
No, I
question.
said, please forward that question to the city attorney.
Understood.
Likewise, at some point, this list will have to be presented to the council, and having an NCIP person there representing to answer questions. Hopefully, there will be a member who will be able to do that, who actually participated in the vote.
Yes.
Question, that's just a observation. Let's move to committee member comments. Dwayne, yeah, or Dennis got his hand up first.
I'm fast with that sometimes.
Yeah.
So what is the expected timing of, the mayor did his interview, et cetera? When would we know? What
Well,
should we be looking for?
Technically, I believe our terms expire June 30th. So there might not, if they don't do it soon, there won't be a commission to do any of the business. I don't know his timing.
Okay, so they have not given us an indication of what their timing is or their plan is.
Nope. Because the mayor makes his recommendation to the city council, who then votes. So I am not even certain, I have not heard of it being agendized for a council meeting yet.
And how many council meetings are there between now and the end of our term?
One.
Oh, and it's not on the draft agenda at this point?
I have not, I don't know. Put it this way, I have not received any information on it one way or the other.
It would seem that'd be prudent to have that done before the end of our terms, but
I would agree, but
We can, I'll ask the question and I'll send an email out to the group.
that would be helpful, just so we know whether or not to keep the August meeting potentially on our agenda or not.
Well, as of right now, the August 8th meeting is on the agenda.
No, I mean, on our personal agendas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Depending upon whether we think we're gonna get reappointed or not.
I'll get an answer to the when will it be presented to the council, and I'll send an email out to.
Perfect. That would be great. Thank you, Reggie. Any other committee member comments?
right, I could give a second comment. Great job, staff.
Okay, at the dais, I'm trying to figure out, well, Richard, you got your hand up, but did anyone at the dais have their hand up before him? I have a feeling they did. So why don't we, Dwayne, did you have your hand up?
Yes, I just want to say, thank you, gang. Anyway, maybe the council ought to consider ending terms during the non-season, like December. Just a thought.
Hans.
We could also suggest that we do it like was suggested at the city council meeting, that council members stay in until the new people are. And that is another option, I guess, that we are forced to stay. But I was also wondering, any chance we can get the spreadsheet or the ratings of the spreadsheet before by email, just sooner rather than later?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be really nice so we're not like
All right, well, yeah, we can include that in
waiting
the
on,
email. Yes.
so that would be great. But anyway, thanks. No, I think it'll be good. And I also look forward to working, I guess, we're going to be working with the council and some city staff, and hopefully, who knows when that'll be. That could be much even before our August meeting, right? I mean, there was some talk about doing that relatively soon, if the city wants to get things on a ballot or so. Anyway, thanks, everybody. It was
Okay, let's see, who else? Jamie, I think I see your hand up.
Just want to say thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure working with you. Again and again, I see that you're looking, you're paying attention, you're making decisions that are critical and important and doing a great job. So thank you, everybody, for spending the time with me. I will say this is not quite as much fun. It's a lot harder than the way we used to do it, but it's done and it's earlier. So, and thank you for everybody for keeping the good records for us. And I again appreciate the good work that you all do. And hopefully we're able to keep this program going and helping for the future.
Who else in the council chambers has a hand up?
Lee Whitney.
Lee? You need to turn your mic on.
I have a quote from Margaret Mead. She lived from 1901 to 1978. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed individuals can change the world. In fact, it's the only thing that ever has. So give yourself, and I want to plus make gold stars for Reggie and a standing ovation of the work that he has done for our committee. The last
Thank you very
email
much.
that I read from Reggie's office was council would be voting on who comes back of us, making their decision on June 18. So watch for the agenda. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, thank you all. It's been a pleasure to kind of be introduced to this group, and it's been a great year. So thank you.
Okay.
And then Dave or Chinyari?
I'll go. So I want to suggest that we be proactive as it relates to the topic of maintenance. I would like to recommend that we put it on the next agenda item so we can have a discussion, and then also ask if staff can come up with some numbers about how much of the general fund that they've needed to use to pay for maintenance for NCIP projects. It's a topic that comes up over and over again. So I think if we have some numbers to look at, and maybe we could be proactive about setting aside some money, so that's not something that's brought up again.
Okay, this is Dave.
I'd like to thank the members of the public that took time to speak to us in person. That makes a real difference to put a face on things, and it adds a lot of valuable context. So thank you, and I'd encourage you to show up again next year.
Hey, anyone else in the council chambers? I think that's Tom with his placard up.
Just thank you to all of you. In case I'm not back, it's been a pleasure. And the other thing is, be sure you read the additional attachments that were to the list of projects for tonight. I was surprised to see, and sent an email. I saw this last night, sent a quick email to Reggie as I was going to bed saying, hey, I did not request that be, the project may be halfway there. So, and when trying to get a councilman or the mayor to be supportive of going to a citizen and say, hey, we really need this for safety purposes. And that's easier said than done. You can't, that's hard to arrange that. That's not something simple. So anyway, be sure you look at the complete report that was in the thing tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Richard.
Yes, I want to bring out the fact that we had one of the largest agendas in our history. We started out with 100 projects and almost double the budget we've ever had before, almost $11 million. We managed to do that in 3.5 hours, plus a little. Our chair did it through Zoom. The staff did it there. It was all seamless. And I want to point out the fact that with the amount of money we were budgeted, we asked more questions, asked for more answers than I've seen in any other commission's budget or the council's questions and answers on their budget of $200 million. We tried to do the best job we can. We looked at all the facts, listened to all the public over and over. Many commissions have one public hearing. We had multiple public hearings. So you should all be proud that you did the best job possible with a reasoned approach, and you're making recommendations. And I do hope the staff gives the priority that we give, as much as they want to put the priority on the infrastructures projects we just passed. We have other projects that are just as important to us. And I hope they don't put us at the bottom of the list. I have a fear they're going to. I have a fear they'll bring new people in that don't care. And I do hope whoever replaces us, if they do, they check with all their neighbors on all their projects. They check with their entire neighborhood before they make their vote. I keep my neighborhood informed by emails. Every member, if I know it, they know it. And I hope we have that open communication with all the residents of Monterey, whoever sits on our seats. And Reggie, you did a fantastic job. Parker, everybody involved. It sure beats the 2 o'clock in the morning and ordering pizza.
We didn't have to order pizzas. I don't know if that's a
Well,
good thing.
no, we can do our own pizza right now. So thank you all, many years of service. I hope we continue. Everybody's doing a fantastic job. I see no reason to replace anybody. I hope it's not political. So thank you, and we'll see what happens.
Tammy, I saw you had your hand up at one point. Do you still want to give as an alternate, want to give a commission comment? Okay. I want to say a couple things. First, I agree with you, Janine, on Tammy.
Yeah.
Did you want to give a comment? I saw your hand up at one point.
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you. Well done. It's just gone quick, but very thorough. It was seamless.
Okay, thank you. Janine, the comment on maintenance is exceedingly important. I think the single biggest thing that needs to happen as it relates to maintenance is to have a definition of what is maintenance. Because we voted over $3 million for just fire stations in Hilltop, and that is 100% deferred maintenance of those buildings. So to say that we're putting in projects that are creating maintenance for the city defeats the purpose of the fact that we're also doing a whole lot of maintenance in the city. So I think there needs to be a concrete definition, because maintenance can be sweeping the floors. It can be painting the walls. It could be fixing a collapsing building. It's a lot of different things, and everyone has their view of it, and it's being used as an excuse to try to do things, in my opinion. I want to thank everyone and the public members who chimed in at the council meeting regarding the the proposed charter amendments. I have been involved in the city for We're going on close to 40 years on various things, various commissions and otherwise. I have never been more disgusted by the performance of certain individuals at a city meeting threatening commissioners to quote, do the right thing, or else it may be on the ballot again. That's not how an employee of the city who's working for all city residents should treat any city residents, let alone a commission of volunteers such as ours. I've never been at a council meeting where I've heard someone say, well, yeah, if you want to have more specificity to where that money would go, we can say anything because we can play games with how we want to have it come to you. And that's paraphrasing, but if you listen to it, it was basically that being said. We can jury rig what we say to you, city council, so that it makes you happy. That was as it relates to having 2% of NCIP go into maintenance or the general fund, or basically the general fund, where it could go anywhere. And anything could be said to be used for that. That's not transparency to the public. And the entire process at that council meeting, getting to that point, was not transparency. And I hope the meeting with that there is a meeting with the council and NCIP to discuss the various items. And it's the council, not the council designating us having a meeting with the city manager. It's the council that needs to be involved in an open discussion with their people they have who represent the entire city and represent them and have a wealth of experience on this, which they don't have, and actually many of the city staff does not have because they're newer. So what was the intent of NCIP when the public voted on it? And you want to change that intent, fine, but make it clear and make it an honest statement and not use numbers being given like kept trying to make it look like NCIP is making too much money, but yet they're showing we got money during the pandemic. They're showing we got money during the financial crisis when we didn't. So the numbers are being shown to tell the story, but it's a very biased, slanted, not real story. That's my rant for the day. Thank you all for participating and putting up with me. Whether I will be your chair after the 18th of June or not is an open question. Thank you. Any other comments before we adjourn the meeting?
I'll throw up one.
Okay.
You ain't getting out of here that easy, buddy. You do a great job.
Well, tell that to 3 council members.
They could be watching.
It'll be what it will be, but I'm going to fight for NCIP. And as Hans kept saying during the meeting, the founding fathers this, the founding fathers that, and I reminded him at the end that I was one of the founding fathers. So I do know what the intent was at the beginning. And that measure was not it by any stretch of the imagination. And Tammy, I'm seeing a hand up. Go ahead.
I just wanted to thank Dwayne for all his tutelage and learning so much about the NCIP, and wish him well in his retirement, and anybody else there that's retiring.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. And thanks for being a great alderman. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing any hands up in the council chambers. If I'm not, then we're adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.